your posts just get so much better reach.
Hello, guys.
Hello.
How are we
Hello.
doing?
Hello, hello.
Lovely
Hello.
to see you all. And there we are. The whole gang's together again. Almost. Almost. We're missing one person. But in the game, everybody here is in the same room. And we will describe that room and all the people shortly. But before we do that, let's quickly take a minute to introduce ourselves and our characters in 1 or 2 sentences to everybody who hasn't seen episodes 1 and 2. So who are we? Which absolutely you should. Parts 1 and 2 are on YouTube. Exactly. And they are featuring various combinations of these lovely people you see here. So why don't we start with who's top left on my screen? Fang. Who are you and who are you playing?
My name is Fang, and I am playing Adrian Dias, who is what is he? It's a really good question. He's a kind of anthropologist, iconographer, who is all brains, lots of brawn, but also very has no social awareness. So it's really good fun.
Then we have Owen.
Hello. So my name is Owen, and my character is called Emily Brega, and she is a bright and not bubbly 28-year-old. Because we were joking before stream, because I wrote in her bio that she's bubbly, and in the first part, she was so deadpan serious the whole time. But yeah, she's a freelance archaeologist, and she is from Galway, Ireland, and she has always been in love with archaeology and maybe with a case of sticky fingers some of the times. She has quite a knack for combat and acrobatics because she's done a bunch of jiu-jitsu classes, and she's very in shape, and yeah, that's her. There she is.
Up next we have Vort.
Hello. Yeah, I'm playing a character called Lee Chang, ex-Hollywood actor and martial arts superstar. He is combat ready for any situation and left Hollywood because he's seeking some real thrills, not staged ones.
And he found them last week, which leads us, last but not least, to Nero.
Rahim Said is my character, young explorer or tour guide from Egypt that is also part of this adventure and ready to raid some tombs.
Nice. So, I think a quick recap is in order for last week. Because last week, Owen and Nero, you were not in here, but you have, of course, caught up on the events. And let me just fill you in what your characters have been doing. Basically, you have been going through a similar gauntlet of traps and puzzles as the other characters. Similar, but not entirely identical. I'll let you fill in the details for yourself. But essentially what happens is, in two groups of 3, that would be, the one group would have been Aurore, Lee, and Adrian. They went through the adventure you saw last week. Just before that happened, Rahim, Emily, and their common friend Dunya, well, common contact more or less, decided to try the second option that the clues would have provided, which is to go through the tunnel that is currently being built and its construction site, unearthing a similar sort of situation, which leads us to the point where you both these groups are now finding themselves in the final chamber of that dungeon. So, as I described it last week, I think I'm just going to start there with the last minute or so. Back then I described it as Aurore, Lee, and Adrian opening that final door, pushing it open. It just sort of swings open, a very massive stone door, and you see before you a large basically dwarfing everything you've seen so far in this dungeon. A large chamber, a large domed chamber. And in front of that door you are coming from is a walkway to a central round platform. To the left and the right of your view, similar walkways are going off. On the far end of the room there is a larger-than-life cat statue that is sort of just loafing there right now. Basically like a sphinx, except it's a cat. On that platform in the middle, which takes up about half the area of the room on that level, it's like the bottom of that dome, is a plinth covered in hieroglyphics on all sides, but nothing on top of it. And through the door on your right, and that's one of the two major important things that have been happening, through the door on your right, that also swings open at the same time as yours, and you see Dunya, Rahim, and Emily walking through. But of course, most importantly, next to that plinth sits, or rather squats, another figure that you will very quickly recognize. He's wearing heavy boots, shorts of a length that has been sparking much of a debate. On her torso there is this dark leather jacket, on the backpack as well. Her very finely braided braid falling over that backpack. She's wearing round red spectacles and inspecting that plinth. But at the moment these two sets of doors swing open, she just sort of inspects those 2 points, looks at the 6 of you walking through. So if you in turn stands up to face you and goes, "Just when I thought my day couldn't get any worse." And here we are.
Then she open fires on us.
Well, I hope not.
Oh no, that's too game accurate. My apologies.
Also, of course, hello Zoe in chat.
Hi, Zoe.
Hey Zoe.
So, what do?
So as you just described, we're in a new room, right?
Yes.
Circular room, and you have said there's hieroglyphs on the wall. And Rahim looks over to Adrian and goes like, "Adrian, this looks like a job for you, right?"
Yes,
Languages?
it is. No, I think that's fabulous. However, there's a woman in the room. Do you know who she is? Do you have any idea who this woman is in front of us? Do you know who that is? Adrian kind of stares back at Raheem, clearly containing some sort of excitement within him, practically vibrating on the spot, while simultaneously kind of acting like she's not even there.
Rahim says, "She seems kind of familiar, but I thought she's just like friend of yours."
Yes, we have had correspondences. No, this is Lara Croft, right?
Oh, it's Lara Croft!
That's Lara Croft. That's the woman.
Oh my god! I've always seen her before. Oh my god! I didn't
Exactly.
recognize her.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Oh my god!
She's
Jeez.
right. Do the rest of you know who,
no
who she
freaking
is?
way!
Do you know?
What?
Emily,
Oh
do
my
you know?
god! We have been
Please.
talking about her on words on.
We were talking about what's in stream, man. Can you believe it, right?
Oh
We're
my
in
god!
this together.
Oh my god!
We're
It
in
was
this
great. Oh my god!
I should point out at this moment, Lara just sort of sees you, the two of you fangirling over her and just raises an eyebrow.
Yeah, Emily kind of like slowly kind of distances herself from
Yeah.
Raheem.
I look at Emily and I'm like, who the fuck is Lara Croft?
This is.
Wait,
this
Lee,
is
you
the
don't know
Tomb
Lara
Raider.
Croft.
You don't know. You don't know who this woman is.
I feel like Lee might know, because as we all know, Lara has been in her early 20s been part of these documentaries by a certain Sam Nishimura. So you might know her.
maybe.
She has an IMDb entry, is what I'm trying to
Can I
say.
say as well, like that acting was superb because when Nero reacted like that, I was like thinking it was actually Nero realizing that it was Lara Croft. I thought that he didn't realize. I was like, he didn't catch that from the braid and the shorts. Oh,
Oh, then.
yeah, 10 out of 10.
So I guess Adrian's gonna
Yeah.
start rushing over to Lara Croft and kind of like takes hold of her hand and kind of starts shaking it, I guess, in that kind of haphazard, quick way, and is like, "It's wonderful to meet you. I am such a fan."
I think Emily would just stay a bit quiet because maybe she's kind of like starstruck because obviously she knows who Lara is as well, and she can't really believe that she's here, so she kind of stays quiet. I think.
I'm very much still in a like, what the fuck is going on? Who is this?
Raheem goes over to Lee and goes, Lara Croft is a world-known British archaeologist, adventurer, explorer, famous for different expeditions and has raided some of the most well-known tombs in the world, dangerous, remote locations in the earth, all around the earth. And she was born into this royal family, basically, right? The Croft family inherited tons of money, said no to all that stuff, but somehow she still ended up with this big house. Crazy that she's here. How did you not know about her, Lee? She has so many achievements also, right? As I said...
Oh,
like,
wait! Did she do documentaries with Sam Nishimura?
Exactly!
I know exactly who we're on about. Yeah, right, yeah.
Lee, that's why I'm
Lara,
pointing out
why
you
the
should know her.
I'm gonna shout over it. Lara, is that you? Why are you here? What are you doing here?
Why are you shouting? She's in front of us.
I'm shouting because I'm loud.
Deepest apologies, Miss Croft. We fear he has ADHD.
There is no fear. It is definite. Why are you here?
Well, she sort of starts to face Adrian and says, "Okay, if you let her quite finish rambling, might I ask what the hell you are doing here?"
Holiday? I'm on holiday. Don't know about those people. I'm on holiday. They dragged me here. I am just here to do the reading. He kind of slowly
And
retracts his hands and kind of clasps them together under
And
his
you
chin, his
decided to
hand.
do your holiday reading in a temple that has not been uncovered for 1,000 years. Interesting
Yes.
choice, I might say.
I had no choice. These people have me kidnapped.
So it's maybe to correct it, Adrian is not kidnapped. It was more by chance that we all have come here together, right? Me and Adrian have been colleagues
Words with friends.
from the past, exactly, words with friends, which had a great influence on our life and kind of brought us together to do some exploring around the city. And then we have met these other beautiful people, right? So yeah, Li Chang and Emily. Sorry, what was your last name again, Emily?
Emily Brega.
Exactly, Braga. Yeah, and we have been doing this exploring because we noticed that all the cats in the city have been acting strange. We went to find out basically why is that the case, and somehow we put some puzzles together, some pieces together, and realized that the catacombs under the Hagia Sophia seem to be a drawing point for all the different cats. And that's why we're here, Miss Croft.
And I feel like Emily is still quite quiet and just seems a bit sort of shocked that she's here. So she asks, "Is that why you're here, Delara?"
Well, to cut a long story short, yes, basically that is exactly why I'm here. Only, I mean, to give credit to you, you don't seem entirely incompetent, but I don't think you've quite realized what's actually going on here. Because if you look deeper at it, the strange behavior of the cats started at the exact moment these tunnel workers unearthed the section you probably, no doubt, just came through looking at Emily, Rahim, and Dunya. There's this neat coincidence that the timings line up just right. So I had to check out the tunnel, of course. And that led me here. Now, of course, given my resources and my team behind me, which, by the way, I cannot reach right now because we're far too deep under the ground, we also managed to uncover that there should be an ancient artifact in here, except, and then she sort of just gestures behind her to the plinth, which is empty. So that is not here, and that is deeply troubling.
Where could it be?
Everybody seems to look at Lara.
Any
Expecting more information.
suspicions on where it is or why it's not there?
Sorry, I missed something. What were you saying?
We're asking Lara where she thinks it could be.
Well, my like I said, the timings line up, so I'm guessing these tunnel workers uncovered this bit, stole the artifact, and then set something in motion. I don't know which, but it can't be good.
So what do you propose? Do we go look for it? We go try and find some leads on that.
Yeah, given the fact that the cats react to the absence of whatever should be here, I think we should try and get it back. Nothing else.
Yeah.
Now speaking about this artifact missing and cats getting here, is it necessarily something bad?
Well, I suppose that's for us to find out. But given the fact that just the artifact being taken has such an influence on the city, it's got to be powerful.
Got to be powerful. Okay. Right.
And by that I mean it shouldn't fall into the wrong hands under any circumstances.
And then I feel like Emily might say, like, I know from reading about your work previously that you seem to work solo, so would you want to work together, or would you want to kind of go your own way?
So I'm assuming we're on the same track here. We need to get this thing back, and we need to do it fast. So 6 people can do that better than 1. So if you're willing to help me, I'd be happy. But if not, I'm perfectly willing to do it myself.
Yeah, why not? Let's work together.
Yeah. Sounds like more adventure. I'm in.
Raim thinks for a moment and also agrees on it. It's nothing new of a tour for him.
Adrian has started looking at the hieroglyphics on the wall, by the way, while you're all having a conversation. He has very ignorantly walked over to the hieroglyphics on the wall and is kind of just pondering them.
And Emily is still seeming a bit quiet and doesn't really look that relieved to find out that Lara wants to stick around with us.
Okay. So, Adrian, from you, I'm going to need an ancient languages check.
I can do that. Let me. Is that just one roll? I guess.
Yeah.
Yep,
Just
yep.
the one.
Hold on, let me do that again. Here we go. Okay, 5.
5. Lovely. So, there is, you quickly realize that on all 4 sides of that plinth, there's basically the same inscription over and over. You can't quite make out everything, but it seems to point at the fact that there is, whatever is here used to concern itself with, of course, Bastet and her eyes. And there is also a mention of 2 locations. There is the place here, which is by the hieroglyphics referred to by its ancient name. So, you know how Istanbul used to be Constantinople and that Byzantine Empire used to have connections to ancient Egypt. So we're talking about the Byzantine name, basically. And the other name, the other location you deduce is Cairo.
Well, I think I have our second location. Adrian kind of slowly turns on his heels and looks at everyone rather smugly, quite pleased with himself. I have reason to believe that maybe we're going to go on another field trip to Cairo. What do you think? Kind of does a little
Raheem.
bit of a jazz hands.
Raheem smiles and says, "Okay, already going home."
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Right now?
Right now?
So-
Like, yeah.
We're leaving right now. You want?
Yeah.
Lara sort of interjects.
Is there anything else we need to do here? I don't think so. Like,
we kind of just got here yesterday.
cool.
I
Time
just-
moves fast.
Yeah, I kind of.
I'm just kind of asking myself how we get out of this. I don't know. From the place where you came from, did you also have like strange puzzles and breaking floor tiles?
Oh yeah, we're not going back
Yeah.
that way. It was heinous. It was horrific. I thought I was going to die. I would not go back that way. No.
Alright.
Horrific scenes.
Maybe Emily's looking around and says, well, the good thing about these kinds of tombs is that there's always a back door. And maybe she sees something. I don't know. Am I allowed to do that? Am I allowed to see like a door and stuff?
Perception.
I mean,
check.
there is the 3 doors that I just described to you earlier. So
Okay.
I think that's fair enough. But before you can get moving, Lara sort of interjects and turns to Adrian and says, "Yeah, I've read that bit about Cairo, but I'm also thinking, since it mentioned 2 locations, there's 2 artifacts, one here, one in Cairo. We can get to Cairo in a minute, don't worry about that, but we should concern ourselves with the one that was here first."
Nah. Could you imagine? No, he doesn't do that. Yes, well, that is outside of my area of expertise. I may leave that to the stuntman over there, who seems to be willing and ready for war at any second.
Listen, if there's fun to be had here, let's have it here first. Then we can go to Cairo. I have not bought my plane tickets yet, so we are good. Let's just, yeah. Lara, expert woman, we're like, let's go. Where are we going?
We don't know where we're going. We don't even know who took the stuff. We don't even know what was taken. We just know that something's missing.
Maybe we should look for
And
some clues first.
We need to find out who's taking it and where you've taken it.
Okay.
Is there anything in the room? Can we do a perception check on that to see if there's any clues?
Yeah, sure.
Let's do that.
Everybody doing perception check?
Yeah, I think we should all
Oh.
have a look.
Yeah. Where's my perception? 2. I have a 5 and a 5.
Got 4,
I need to check out my
Another
perception
one?
again.
5,
Oh, I have a 4. Oh.
and a 1.
Okay, I have a
So
3,
perceptive.
a 6, a 1, and a 5.
My perception is 2, so I got a 2 and a 4.
All right. So Emily initially wanders off towards the third door because she thinks, okay, that must be we came out of these. We came in through these 2 doors, so the way out must be that third door. Meanwhile, the other 3 of you have just general scan of the room and quickly notice that on the path in from the tunnel, there is a bit of debris, a bit of small stones and rocks scattered about at the edges of the pathway, of the walkway to the door. And on closer inspection, that's where the 6 comes in that you rolled. On closer inspection, that you notice that just on the edge of that walkway, just almost out of view, just what I'm trying to say is the drop of blood that you see is almost fallen over, just landed on the edge of that walkway.
Yeah.
There seems to be some blood.
Disgusting.
Christmas blood. What can we do with the blood? Is there
Does
anyone?
anyone have like a Batman scanner? Yeah, anyone who can scan?
Is it like a dark area?
I mean, the entire room is filled by torches spaced regularly around the room.
So maybe we explore where the blood came from. Is it like on a ledge, and then the ledge we can jump down from it, or?
I mean, you can if you really want to, but it's basically a bottomless pit, so I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah. But this is not inspiring hope. I'm going to be honest, everyone. I do not want to take a path where someone is clearly bleeding. So, somewhere else, maybe. Somewhere safer, somewhere
So there's-
where I can go home.
I have a flashlight, so maybe,
Yeah,
maybe I could shine my flashlight and maybe do a perception if I see anything. Or what do you think, Faye?
Shine
yeah,
it
I'm
where?
good with that. I was gonna do a flare, but a flashlight's probably a better option.
I was just gonna shine it down the pit and see if I can see anything, any clues. So should I do a roll or?
Yeah, that would be perception.
Okay. So I have perception 2, so I got a 5 and a 3.
Okay. So all that does really, shining the flashlight down there, all that does really is, instead of a pitch black void, it just turns into a void with some slight glimmer in there. But you quickly realize that that is either just moisture that's gathered down there or minerals. Either way, nothing that really would give you a lead as to what would have happened here.
Can I do like a cleverness check to get an idea what we can do?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, I have 2 rolls. 5 and 5.
Yeah. So you basically kneel down, have a very close look at that blood, then just sort of take in the room, and you sort of go into your mind palace and piece together what would have happened here. And the first idea, and the one that sticks, is that given all that you've learned, you think that whoever came here saw the shiny thing on the plinth, took it, triggered whatever would happen, noticed stuff went wrong, and tried to run back out to the tunnel, and then got hit on the way out.
So maybe we can look for some more traces of blood and try and follow it.
For example?
So are
Yeah.
we doing another perception check or what? Or do we just see?
So just to clarify, we've gone in a door and we've seen the blood, and there's a ledge beside the blood.
No, so you're still in the large dome room, and that large
Oh,
dome
right.
room has the 3 walkways. The one leading from the tunnel to the center. That's where on one edge of it there is a tiny drop of blood.
Right. Well, maybe just besides that, Emily could look at Lara and say, like, so have you got any leads as to who you think might have be responsible for taking the artifact, or what do you think?
Yeah, so what I think happened here is that one of the construction workers, they broke through into this part of the caves, wandered into them, discovered this place, and then curiosity got the better of them, and they didn't really know what they were doing. So I'm thinking that blood is theirs.
Okay.
And I would hope they got out, but that means we need to follow that trail.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get into the bottomless pit and hopefully not die.
Wait, you're not seriously suggesting we go into the bottomless pit? No, I value my life. I'll just sit and die. It's really fine.
How can you value your life if you're afraid of living? Let's go. Let's jump down.
No, I'm not jumping into that. That is madness.
Before
We don't even know where it goes. Raheem.
Before we
Yeah.
jump into any bottomless pits, we should maybe look the bloods a bit more and think about what happened. And as Lara has already assessed, this is probably the blood from one of the workers. And because that is just a little bit of blood, I don't think it was a fight that happened here, but like that a trap got activated and the worker was somehow then hit by it. It seems a bit unlikely that there was a fight really that happened. And as I said, if we investigate the ledge, there's this bottomless pit. We can probably think there was something else before. And I don't think that we can go the same path because the path seems to be destroyed. That was once here. So, yeah, we should maybe think about the 3 doors, get out of this tomb first, and see if we can gather some information. Who entered that tomb in the first place? Because we already know where we entered from, and it was the Hagia Sophia. How about that, guys?
That's a better idea than crawling in or descending into a giant pit that could go anywhere.
Or
Well,
nowhere.
well, two of us came in through 2 doors already. We came through that one, and then, well, we did. Me and Lee, and you both came through the other door. So that means that there's only really 1 door left, right? Unless, kind of
Yeah.
glances round to Lara. Unless you came through that door. I mean, where? How did you even get in here? How long have you been here? That's not really important, actually. How did you get in here?
Well, once I realized the behavior of the cats coincided with the tunnel reaching this part, I decided to investigate the tunnel and found this place.
And you didn't come through that door, that one over there that we haven't
No.
been through yet. No, you just came through the ceiling or something. I don't know why I'm asking these questions. I don't know. It doesn't make a difference.
Well, I have my ways.
Yes, I know that very well. I realise. Well, why don't we go nosy at that door over there and maybe let Lee go first since he's so desperate to die. Let him go first. I'll stay at the back. Actually, no, don't stay at the back. I'm gonna go in the middle. Less likely chance to die. Yeah, that's
So,
good. Okay. Single
Raheem
formation.
agrees also and gives a little push to Lee and says,
Yeah.
"There you go, Lee. It seems like a job for you."
All right. I'm gonna move closer towards the door, but I would like to do a perception check to see if I can see anything that might be potentially dangerous.
Well, do a perception check then.
1 and 4.
What you do notice is that this door seems exactly identical to the other two. And there was nothing dangerous about them.
Mm-hmm. That's it. That. Okay. Yeah.
So,
like.
Lee, do you see anything potential?
I wanna peer into the doorway and see if I can see what's in the next room. Like open the door and see if I can look ahead.
So, what happens is that once you get close to the door, it also swings open very slowly and kind of loudly. It's scraping across the bottom of this, of the walkway. And you find yourself at the bottom of a flight of stairs, much like the one you came from.
Okay. Right. I'm gonna tell everyone that there's stairs. They look just like the other ones, and it may be safe for us to at least move ahead into at least the next room, and we can plan from there what we do next.
Sounds good.
Brilliant. I'll Lee, you go first, then Raheem, because you're very yeah. You go here, Raheem, moving bodies. Then it'll be me, and then Emily, you go at the back, and we'll do this Scooby-Doo style.
So we're going up the stairs.
Yep.
And while we're going up, kind of getting out of breath, taking water bottle out of my backpack, trying to zip on it a little bit, saying, "Damn, these stairs seem to go endless."
And eventually you hit a dead end.
Oh, for God's
And
sake!
At that point, it dawns on you that if the staircase is pretty much the same as the other one was, what is blocking your way is one of those treasure chests that blocked your way from the other way.
We're all going to die down here. This is it. This is it. Oh my god. We're all gonna die in here.
Raheem goes over to Adrian, heads the back, and says, "No worries, we're going to survive this.
No,
We still
I'm
have
gonna
the
die,
possibility
I'm
to
gonna die.
go
The
all the way
catacombs,
back."
this is exactly what I want, doesn't it?
Adrian, we're just trying to find a better way or easier way. It's not like we have no way to get out of this.
I want.
Emily, sorry, go ahead.
No, on you go.
I think Emily because obviously she's behind them. Whenever whenever Raheem's trying to comfort Adrian during like mid breakdown, she just turns and walks away. She just is like, "What is going on?"
We're gonna die in the catacombs and no one knows we're here. It's just my nightmare.
I would like to examine the bottom of where the dead end is. If there should be a chest there.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask Emily to use her flashlight to see if we can look at the underneath what this chest is. To see.
Oh, Lara's already got a flare out, by the way. I should mention that.
All right.
Okay.
Right. Is there anything under this chest that, like a latch or a release latch to unlock it from the inside?
Not that you can see it.
Raheem asks into the round, how did we open the last time? How did we actually move again the treasure chest? He already forgot.
So we, Adrian, myself, and Aurora, we had to kneel, close our eyes, and do something else. Hold on. Let me see.
Kneel, close eyes, and give a offering or something like that. Was that right?
Give.
Oh,
To walk, kneel, to take, give thanks, and to see, close
give
eyes. Yeah.
thanks. Exactly.
Yeah.
Give thanks.
So we kneeled down, we closed our eyes, and we said thanks. Should we do that now under the chest to see if it's a vicinity-based thing?
I think it would be like worth a try.
How did Emily and Raheem get into the room? Did they have the exact same chest in a different tunnel, or was their puzzle different?
That puzzle was exactly the same for them.
Let's do that. Shall we all kneel, close our eyes, and give thanks?
Raheem does not
I'm
even
not
wait for the other ones to say anything. He already goes on his knees, closes his eyes, and says, "Thank you very much." Now open the chest. Open the door.
I join him.
I think Adrian's still just sulking, sat on the steps.
Raheem looks over, gives him a little kick, and says, "Adrian, come on."
Adrian, I guess, kind of gets up, still just. And he kind of kneels down and he's still just. Thank you for trapping us in the catacombs. That's exactly what I wanted. I'm so happy. Thank you.
So what happens is you do hear two sort of clicks as some mechanism unlocks. What you don't hear though is a third click and the chest moving. That does not happen.
Raheem looks over to Adrian. Adrian, I think you weren't convincing enough with your
Yeah.
thing.
So since Emily, I think from the order that we went down, I think she's at the bottom. Maybe I could exit the door back into the main room and maybe do a perception check to see if anything has changed there.
Mhm. Yeah.
So I'll roll for a perception.
Mhm.
4
and a 2.
In here, nothing's changed.
Okay.
I guess Adrian could try to pray a little bit harder. So I guess he kind of like slaps himself in the face a little 1-2,
Close your eyes properly.
and then closes his eyes and musters all the faith that he has capable. And thanks Bastet and the kitty cats. Maybe not so much for trapping him in the catacombs, but at least for not dying, I guess. He's still alive.
You wait if you can hear something, but you do not.
Oh, well, now we're going to actually die in the catacombs because nothing is changing. This is
Oh,
great.
Yeah.
Can we
alright.
ask Lara to join in with us as well? Because
Mhm.
she's not currently doing anything.
Yeah.
And let's try this again, all 5 of us.
Yeah, so Lara also gets down on her knees and sort of says a little thank you to Bastet for offering her an opportunity for adventure, which she really cherishes. And nothing happens.
But
Ah, wait.
Rain
I
gets
know
an
why
idea.
nothing happens.
We look over
Because
to
we
leave.
need to be kneeling on the platforms outside next to the chest. There was marks last week, right, where we actually had to kneel down. There was 2 separate places. And we can't access the ones here because we're on the other side of the chest. That's fine. I'm gonna shoot the bottom of the chest with my shotgun.
Oh, what are we doing with the shotgun? Let's not turn to violence. What are you doing? What are you doing? What's going on?
The door's not opening, so I'm shooting it open.
But you're shooting the... What? What's going on? You're going to shoot... You're going... I'm
The
going
mo-
crazy!
The more
What's
important
that?
question is what could possibly go wrong?
The bullets could ricochet off the stone and kill us all. That's a brilliant idea. Hold on, Adrian's kind of stepping down. Trudging down.
What's the chest made of?
Well, there's some gold detailing on top of it, but you suppose it's not solid gold all the way through, since it's really heavy. So you guess it's some kind of dense stone. So,
But we had 2 clasps open, right?
Mhm.
There's 3 ones, and we had 2 open. So, Lee,
Can we just push the
before-
chest?
Yeah,
can
why
can
don't we
really to push
try-
the chest?
Why don't we like all together try and push the chest and
Mhm.
see if that works? Like a team. Like a team.
Go on then. I mean,
Exactly.
it's better than shooting it. I don't know.
Still ready. I'm still
But
ready.
no,
It's
no,
like, it
no,
doesn't
you're not
budge.
ready. No, that's absurd.
I'm very
That's absurd.
ready.
Put the shotgun away.
No,
That's absurd.
I will
This
push
is
first.
not America. Okay, are we all pushing? Do we have to roll for pushing?
Brawn, is it?
What
Brawn?
what are we rolling? Brawn?
Brawn?
Endurance?
Ron, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I get 4 rolls.
Do you have a specialization such as hand-to-hand that might come in? Well, like, it's not actually hand-to-hand, it's just brawn. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
I had hand score as well.
2,
Brawn. Okay.
So
2.
1, 3, 2, 1.
do I
Brawn.
roll for brawn and hand to hand or
No,
what?
not just brawn.
Just brawn?
This is just about strength, about the muscle.
I got 2, 3.
I'm 1, 3,
4.
2, 1.
2, 4. 4, 2, and 4.
And Nero, I see a 5 there. Is that your highest roll?
4 and 5, yes.
4 and 5. Okay. So you throw yourselves at it, and that's 5 people throwing themselves at this chest. It moves ever so slightly, but it also takes a lot of strength to even move it just like a millimeter. And you're all now really sore on your shoulders.
Okay,
What
guys.
does What
Doesn't
does
work like that.
intuition? How does that work? I'm just seeing it on the character.
So you have a point in intuition. You can several points in intuition, I think.
I have 3.
Yeah, 3. So you can basically, that means you have 3 points. You can spend those 3 points and get a clue from me.
You can do it once or what?
You can do it as many times as you have points.
Right.
For 3 points, you have 3 different spends.
Yeah. Well. Right. I think I will spend one of my intuition points and try and get a clue from Fail. And is this a clue in the story or out of the story?
I think it's supposed to be in the story. So
Okay. Okay. So
yeah, I'm going to give it to you, like GM to player, but I'm going to phrase it in a way that it makes sense for the character as well.
Right.
Right. So do make sure you put your intuition down to 2 because just spent 1 point.
Yeah. Yeah. I just don't check there.
So as you're sort of rubbing your shoulder on the part where you hit the chest and put your weight into it, 2 things dawn on you. One thing is this chest is heavier than you thought, and it might be tough to move it with just muscle power. And the other is, if that chest is still in place, that probably means nobody's come through here in the recent past.
So we shouldn't be going this way looking for clues. Back to the bottomless pit.
I'm not going into the bottomless pit. I don't. You are so hellbent on dying. It's almost concerning.
Let's
Well,
go to the
Adrian,
bottomless pit.
No, you can go to the bottomless pit.
I had other ideas first, but it seems like we have to follow the trail. We need to see, okay, what was the last clue that we had? And it was the blood. So we need to check out what is there. Maybe we're gonna find something at the bottomless pit. Or maybe we need a change of perspective.
I have can I throw a flare down the bottomless pit just to see how far the drop is?
Sure.
Can we do? Yeah, let's go back to the bottomless pit. I want to throw a flare down.
I just climbed all those stairs for nothing.
No, you climbed them for the experience.
No, I don't want the experience. I should be in a hot tub on the rooftop of the hotel. I let you people talk me into coming here.
There is a hot tub at the bottom of that bottomless pit, I think.
I have reason to believe there isn't. And there's spiders everywhere. And it's really quite dark and damp down here. This is the worst vacation I've ever been on. It's really horrible. And I'm hungry.
Okay, I throw my flare.
Did you light it first?
Yes,
Okay,
I absolutely lit the flare first.
You notice that it's falling for a few seconds, and you can barely hear the impact. So those 2 informations give you the tell you that dropping down there without a rope is, for one thing, not a good idea, and for another, once it does drop and sort of illuminates its vicinity, you see that it's just very rocky, uneven terrain. From the distance, it's hard to make out exactly what's down there, but it's not. If anybody had gone down there, for one thing, there's no way they could ever get back up without climbing gear. And for another, they would have died on impact without it.
So can we use the climbing kit to go down and come back up? Would that be an option for us to explore down there.
Also, where's Aurora? Like in the story.
She's also, strictly speaking, canonically still here.
Right.
It's just,
She's had a sugar crash and needed a nap.
speaking of Sugar Cash, I see a cute kitty.
Yeah, he's here.
Oh, there's
How
not
did
a
that
mic.
cat get in here?
Yeah.
Mic?
Where's mine? I'm gonna actually open my door because I just realized my door is closed, so she can't get in. Hang on.
So, yeah, let's say through the door that Adrian, Lee, and Aurora last time came in. There is a calico cat just sort of tapping away, just casually strolling in, looking around.
How,
A
how
cat.
did that
I mean,
cat
just
get in
sitting
here?
down.
How did?
Adrian, that's a good point. Everything that comes in here would also be able to get out through the same path.
But well, maybe if we're small enough. I don't think I am. What? This place is so peculiar. There's a cat has just entered. Is anyone else weirded out? Just me? Just me. I'm the only one weirded out by this random cat that's just strolled in. Everyone else just act normal.
No, it is strange. So what I'm just like suggesting is we need to look, okay, where did this cat came from?
Do you think it came from the bottomless pit?
Nah, because it just came through the door, right? It came from the open door where we came from.
Still gonna go into the bottomless pit. I have this horrible idea. A cat has just strolled in, but we're still going in the bottomless pit.
No, Raheem thinks and also tries to convince the others that we actually should go through the door where Raheem and Emily came through the last time.
We'll have to rock, paper, scissors it. Actually, no, we won't. I mean...
What do you want to rock, paper, scissors?
Well,
If you want to go there, you can rot here if you want, right? I would rather search for a way out.
well, there's no way back from where we came from because Lee destroyed the floor. It's
Yeah.
quite magnificent, actually. He stepped in
I-
like every square possible while he ran.
I will have you know I did not destroy the floor.
You
I made it.
I
made
was
it.
there.
I made it along with minimal damage, but I had two people behind me who pretty much annihilated that floor.
No, I'm pretty sure you're the one who destroyed the most floors during that escapade.
I don't think
I
did.
had to fight for my life across those steps.
For everybody who
I'm
wants to
traumatized.
fact check that information, the VOD is still up on YouTube.
Okay, what are we doing? Where are we going? What are we doing? I'm so hungry and so tired. I haven't seen the sun in at least, how long have we been in here? A couple of hours.
I mean,
Raheem moves.
Technically, the blocks that we needed to step on to cross that room would still be there, right?
Please don't make me cross it.
Yes, but we would have to cross it again.
No, please don't make me cross it.
I mean, do you want to stay down here?
I just think there has to be. Listen, I've played Skyrim. There's always an exit. There's
I was
always
just
another
thinking if the
exit.
cat came in, you know, like how did the cat and
Oh, you don't know this actually. We're being chased by the police. You don't know this. This guy decided to punch 2 security guards. So
And
now
I'll
if
punch
we
him
go,
again.
and he'll punch them again because he wants
have
us
a
to go to
shotgun.
jail. And so actually, if we go the way that we came, we'd go right into the fucking police because that's where they are. So actually, no, I don't want to go back from where we came from because I don't want to go to jail.
So we
I don't want to
have
rot in here.
we
I don't
have
want
to
I
leave
don't
through
want to
the.
be arrested.
It seems so.
I have
we
a
have to
shotgun.
leave through the place where we came from, right?
And I have
Where-
a sword.
handgun.
We can't fight them. We can't fight the police force.
It's just the police.
And there's loads of them.
Lee, I don't want to overstep the boundaries, right? But you're a stunt man, not a killer. I think we should.
I mean,
stay realistic.
But maybe he's a
Just-
stuntman with ACAB tattooed on his knuckles.
they definitely signed a disclosure saying that they knew the risks when they took the job. Like, you know, we don't know them by name. It's not like they matter.
Where did Raheem and Emily come from? Did you punch any
That's what I'm
security guards?
saying.
Oh, I thought you meant where we came from. I don't want to go back from our way.
Where Emily and me came
It
from,
would-
right?
did
It's
you just-
exactly that door where the cat came from. On our path to this dome here, right? Yes, we destroyed different tiles basically, so it will be hard to get back. But maybe we should just like backtrack a little bit, do like some checks
Oh, I hate backtracking.
to see like how we can perceive our environment.
Okay. Okay.
Then
Well,
go
well,
on
there's
from there.
kind of we're kind of on two missions at the moment. One is how to leave, but then also what's the deal with this stolen thing? I'm very overwhelmed. I don't know if everyone's noticed, but I'm very overwhelmed. I need
Oh.
like a coffee. I would love a coffee.
Well, I don't have any coffee down here.
I know, Raheem. I'm so depressed.
I got tea leaves.
Oh, you got tea leaves? Anyone got hot water? Hot
Don't
water,
have
anyone?
hot water, but I have tea leaves.
Oh, what's the fucking point?
I have a water ration, but I don't know if it's hot. I don't think so.
Oh, that's so kind of you,
There is
Emily.
torches literally everywhere in this room.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually thought
has,
that.
has anyone got a pan? Anyone got a pan? And I'll just hold it over the flame. I think we should just leave. I say bugger the statue that's missing. I've been breathing in dust for hours. I don't know how good the oxygen quality is down here, but I feel like I'm going insane. So we
Yeah,
have
so
to- I'm
instead of
leaving.
drinking tea, we should.
I've decided I'm leaving.
Raheem goes through the door where the cat came from and wants to do a perception check.
Okay. Do that, please.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I mean, if the raid master approves. 5. Wait, I have actually. Wait, I need to check again my thing. 4 perception. Okay, wait, 5. 2. 4. Okay, 5 is the highest.
Press the highest. You do you also have a flare? I think so.
I have a flashlight.
A flashlight. Marvelous. You sort of scan the your portion of the bottom of the stairs thing with it and the lower steps of the stairs themselves. And you do notice on the third stair from the bottom there is another drop of blood.
There's
Ah.
blood over here!
Who's bleeding?
Raheem puts his finger against the blood and checks if it is wet or not.
That's a good idea to check if it's fresh.
You Google something real quick. But
how long does it take for blood to dry?
yeah, I don't think it's yeah, no, it's not. It's already gone dark, kind of.
It
Yeah,
doesn't seem to be that fresh.
For reference, blood drying takes about 30 to 60 minutes, Google says. And yeah, they've been gone for way longer than that.
Raheem realizes that the blood is dry and says to the others, they must have been gone for at least 30 to 60 minutes.
Well, I'm leaving anyway. I'm going this way. I've decided. You may follow me if you wish. I guess Adrian's now just following that path where the cat came. He's sick of it.
The blood was probably fresh when we started trying to leave this place.
Yeah.
Okay, Adrian, where are you leading us? Raheem is coming with Adrian.
I am becoming the cat, Raheem. I've decided you are absolutely right. We should behave like the cats. If the cats can come in this way, then we can. I mean, we can reasonably leave, or at least starve enough so that we could squeeze through any cracks that cats came in. We've got plenty of time down here. So I guess I should probably do a perception check to see, I don't know, I guess to observe the room. I guess just see
Yeah.
where we're going. I guess just take in the sights. What is my perception? Where are we? 3. Okay, right. No, so I got a 5, and then a 1, and then a 3.
So as you make your way up to the up the staircase, you notice that cat is just sort of pouncing past you.
Licking the blood.
No. She's just sprinting up the stairs into what is essentially the same room with the chest that you guys came from. And
So I
then
guess
she
we
just
just-
sort of the cat then just sort of sits there at the entrance, sitting there waiting for you to follow.
Raheem.
I guess we're following the cat.
Is Lee and Emily also with Adrian and Raheem?
That is up to you. Do you want to follow them?
Yeah, well, yeah, Emily decides to follow also.
Raheem goes over to the cat, starts to stroke the cat, and wants to make a destiny check if the newly founded bond with the cat will lead to an easy way out.
Yeah,
Is that allowed?
that is allowed.
Okay, let's go. Then I have destiny 2. Oh, 6!
Woo!
And a 5!
Right, so you sort of reach out your hand to pet the cat, and then she lets herself be pet. And a couple of seconds later, after she's enjoyed the chin rubs, she just sort of starts grooming your hand for another couple of seconds, and then sort of starts to turn and walk away to the next room. So she kind of is leading your way, occasionally meowing for you to follow her.
Guys, I think this cat and me, we have bonded. We should probably just go after this cat.
You want to follow the cat?
Let's follow the cat.
Okay. I say let's follow the cat.
So we start to follow the cat.
And then we put one foot forward and then the other.
Yeah, so you land in your version of the room with the tiles. You see that 2 have broken off, and that there is it doesn't having gone through this room before in a different version. Even Lee and Adrian quickly figure out which tiles are safe to stand on, or especially since you also see the cat pouncing across them in a very quick manner.
How does it know to do that?
So we just need to follow the tiles that the cat is going on, because they're safe, says Raheem, looking into the round.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
And I think our most experienced person, should take the lead. So that would be Lee.
No,
I think.
no. He's gonna break the floor. He's gonna. No, I'll go first.
Do
I'll
you
go
want to go
first.
first? Yeah, you guys go first because I have a better chance of dealing with what you destroy. Which is
Exactly.
inevitable.
I'm going first. I'm gonna. Do not stop me.
The inevitable destruction that is about to come here. So how
Raheem.
many tiles are left
All but
on
2.
each? All
So-
but 2.
Yeah, all but 2 are left.
There are only 2 tiles left in this room.
No. All are left.
All-
They just broke 2.
All right. Okay.
So what do we do again? What do I? I guess Adrian goes to where. I guess Adrian already knows where he's meant to go.
It's 6 by 10 again. Yeah.
Yep.
Which right? Hold on. Let me just do the grid.
I don't think we need to because we already know what we're doing.
Yeah,
So-
you already know where to stab you. I'm not going to make a roll for that again because you did the same thing last time already. So,
So we can just say that we crossed.
I'm still going to make you roll for actually landing on the right tiles because landing on the wrong tiles would make them break and make you have to make saving throws.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go really arbitrary here. Which tiles are the right ones?
We could maybe do what we did
Yeah.
last time, where maybe one person jumps and then another person jumps and then another, and then we just do a line
Yeah.
of like people. Does that sound good for everybody? Emily, you should maybe come after me because you're so small and petite, and little legs.
Emily
Not
just
to
kind
be-
of
not to be,
kind of like
Patronizing.
yeah, and
Okay.
and doesn't answer Adrian.
So if I have a if I have like a grid here
Mhm.
ready, say like at the top of the grid is the door we're currently at that goes back to the chamber.
Yeah,
And then across from us at the bottom of the grid is the way back up.
Yeah, I think I can shorten this bit. Essentially, what you're looking at is this. Can you see that?
Yes.
So you're down here. The ones with circles are the ones you've figured out to be the safe ones to stand on.
Yep.
And the ones with axes on them are the ones that are broken.
Okay.
Do I need to get that closer?
4, 3, and
And you're going that way in the arrow direction.
I'm marking which ones are gone because I want to see
Mhm.
how many tiles Adrian destroys and how many I destroy.
Mhm.
Because I'm gonna settle something here. So I'm
No, this doesn't count.
This counts.
Mind you, this is not the room you went through. This is Emily's and Raheem's version.
Yeah.
Just to make sure.
Yeah, I've got at least 4 tiles out in our room. So I'm just being pedantic here. That's a double skip there.
Damn.
Oh wait, no, I've done that reverse. All right, like forget the tiles we need to stand on. I know what ones are gone. So
Mhm.
yeah, that's all that matters. All right, on you go. I'll take the end here. Let's see how you do.
All right. Okay. That's okay. We formed a line. Oh, good.
Good.
Please don't rip
in-
my
in-
fucking face off, Emily. Thank you.
Instead of making you do each 10 leaping checks, I'm just going to break this down into 2 for each of you. Which is basically just for the ones where you need to cross the missing tiles.
Adrian needs to do all 10.
No.
Exactly how many tiles go here.
I'm going to compromise and say he needs to make 3 because we have that bit at the bottom here where he needs to make that jump.
That's definitely a check for
Yeah,
Adrian.
that's a check, and the 2 X's are checks. So I'm going to make it 3.
You're so horrible to my boy.
Yeah. Yeah, 3 checks. Okay, yeah.
Right. Okay.
Can we make it 5?
No, we cannot make it. We've just spent like half an hour arguing in the fucking room. No. Right, what checks am I making?
Do you have leaping?
I got one leaping. I got one.
Leaping, lovely.
Okay, right. First one.
Ooh.
It's a 4.
That was nearly
That
a
was
That
two.
one,
hit or miss.
yeah, that roll went all over the place.
Okay, and then a 5,
Mm-hmm.
and then a 2.
2.
So you have one leaping, so you just rolled all 3 checks, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
just thought that'd be easier
So
for you.
yeah, okay. I mean, it's okay because you passed the first 2, but the third one, I'm gonna need you to make me a quickness saving throw.
So just one roll, yeah?
Yeah.
A 5.
Lovely. Right. So essentially,
I need to see exactly where.
out of this one or that one, pick one tile that's now gone.
This is like a super advanced X and O's game.
Is Adrian left-handed or right-handed?
I'm left-handed. Adrian's left-handed.
That left
Isn't that
tile, the upper one, yeah.
I mean,
So
yeah,
you're
that's
left foot first.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
so. Yeah, that one then.
Yeah,
That one's gone. Okay.
chuck it.
Sayonara. There we go.
Right.
But yeah, the other ones are just sort of easy step over, so I'm not going to make you roll for that. You're now on the other side.
Woo!
So who else do we have?
I have a 0 in leaping.
Well, you should go next. Because there's more tiles.
There is, of course, the option to assist. So I'm going to be generous and say, with Adrian having made it to the other side, that's one. That's one assist because you can see how he did the first 2. So roll those 3 checks with 1 in leaping.
But wait, Lee could also give me some tips how I can maybe
He-
improve my
He
leaping.
he could do that too, yeah.
So look at where you want to land
Okay.
and make sure that you don't take your eyes off your destination.
Okay. Yes.
Bend your knees upon landing.
Mm-hmm.
Bend your knees before jumping.
Okay.
Don't overextend, don't overbend. You want a nice, roughly 45-degree angle with the knee. Because you don't want to exhaust anything, like joints-wise.
Yeah.
You don't want to lock them there.
Yeah, don't be
That should
straight.
be enough. And if you need to make a bigger jump, 1 foot first, and use your basically your stronger leg to leap off. And when you land, you want to land with your dominant leg and have that control your landing.
Okay, I can then take the most of the momentum.
Yeah.
Um,
Got it. Yeah.
And by the way, I'm not even going to make you roll for the assist because that was just a brilliant bit of role playing there. Right. Yeah. So now it's the leaping
Just
check
roll the last
for.
He needs to roll the last one. There's an extra tile missing.
Yeah,
there.
definitely.
Okay, Raheem does a little bit of warming up here and there, and then rolls it, and it's 2.
Rest in peace.
So the other tile I just gave you the option for is now also gone, and I need a quickness saving throw from you.
What happens if you don't? Like, what happens?
Game over.
short stream for Nero.
Alright. How much have you got for quickness?
Me?
Yeah. You have to do a quickness saving throw.
2.
2 rolls. You're gonna be fine.
I thought you have to, like, you guys have to save me. That's why you have to do it. Okay,
No.
sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing Fang could hop back over and reach an arm out to you or something.
I
But no,
think I'm-
first of all, you need to be able to grab onto the edge of the safe tile.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. I'm rolling it too. And oh,
Oh, Jesus. Raheem!
Wait, let's look at our
Nah.
equipment. Can we look at our equipment and see if we have any climbing gear? We can maybe throw a rope at him or something.
Lasso Raheem. The rope.
right.
Has anyone got a cowboy
Although I
skirt?
can't really do it because he'll just be back to the start.
I guess Adrian can kind of like jump into action, I guess, but I don't know
Mhm.
how quick he'd be. Going to try to save. I mean, I could give it a go.
Yeah,
Just goes on
just
on
to...
whatever it is.
So yeah, Raheem jumps, tries to hold himself, doesn't work.
Yeah, you land on the wrong tile, but you sort of manage to sort of grab onto your fingers to the other ledge. You do this sort of scramble, trying to keep yourself up, and that gives Fang enough time to make me a brawn check to try and keep Raheem up.
Okay, I can roll 3 times. So
Mhm.
I got a 6.
Lovely.
I think that's enough.
That's enough, yes.
No.
Who will I play Words with Friends with if you die?
So,
So yeah, just basically, yeah. But while Nero is sort of trying to get a grip onto that edge and can't really do it, Adrian rushes in, reaches his hand out, and just pulls him off. So that, with their strengths combined, you do manage to pull Raheem to safety. And then it's just
Adrian,
a step over from there.
Do not do that ever again. You got advice and everything. And you couldn't make a bloody jump. What is the point in your legs?
I'm a tour guide, not a leaper.
You know, Emily should have went first because she probably would have been more adept at making the saves at the other side as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lee, we're always so much smarter afterwards, right?
Mhm.
It's okay.
I really hope that Emily gets over with no issues because I can't wait for her to rub it in Adrian and Raheem's face.
Yes.
Well, on that note, let's see if she does.
Ooh, right, okay. Let's get my dice up then. Let me move my Pringles out of the way. So okay. So am I rolling for
Leaping. Yeah, for all 3 jumps. And the last one at this point is probably the trickiest because you have no tiles yet left to break.
Thanks, guys. Right. My first jump then is a 3. Not
Mhm.
great.
But it will
Oh,
do.
wait. Should I roll that again? It was kind of...
No, that's okay.
Okay, I'll just go ahead with it. It's 5.
Hmm.
And then...
And now for the big
third
one.
A 3. Oh.
The highest is 5, right?
3, 5, 3.
Yeah, but the 5 was for the middle jump, not for the last one.
Ah.
Um,
So you only have 1 leaping as well?
Yeah.
so 3 is right on the edge. I'm going to give you a very easy quickness saving throw. You just need to sort of balance yourself on the edge.
Okay, I have quickness 3, so
Mhm.
hopefully I should be fine. Okay, 4, 2, and 4 again.
Yeah, lovely. So the jump itself is not too good, nothing to talk about. So you sort of land on the edge. If that's the edge here, your foot, and that's your foot, you sort of land here and sort of pivot backwards, but with your reflexes, you manage to sort of throw yourself forward onto the platform and make it to the other side.
So Emily turns to Raheem and Adrian and says, yeah, thank you so much for showing me what not to do there. I appreciate it.
Raheem gives a high five towards Emily and says, "Teamwork."
Emily leaves Raheem hanging. She's just pissed at this comment that Adrian made.
The bubbly personality is really showing.
Yep.
Yeah, let's ignore that part of the bio. I have deleted it already.
So now my turn.
Now it's your turn.
How many do you want?
Yeah, let's say 3, but the first 2 are pretty easy.
Okay.
You have how much in leaping?
2.
2. Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem.
5. Right, we're just gonna go to the next one.
Yeah.
5.
Lovely. And the last one?
5.
Ooh.
Perfect.
5
Speaking of showing everybody how it's done, like
How
the
many
pro
tiles did
he
I wreck
is.
there? Adrian?
None.
How many?
You
How many
wrecked them
tiles?
for both. In
How
the
many-
the
No.
last puzzle. No. You still
Absolute-
destroyed the whole platform in your
No.
first puzzle. Yes, you did. I was
I-
there.
No, I took 3 tiles out in the last one.
Yeah, three tiles. And we had
30
to follow
tiles? That's a lot, actually.
30
Maybe Emily looks around and says, "Where's Lara?" And then, how does she get across?
She rolls 3 5s as well.
somersaulting in the
She's just
sky,
grappled.
straight
She's
up
probably
Superman flying.
Yeah, she probably just grappled.
No, I mean, she just basically she just waited for you to do all your shenanigans over there, and then she just sort of, in her typical fashion, just sort of starts somersaulting back and forth between tiles, like it's nothing.
Oh, and she's even doing tricks. She did a
Yeah,
backflip while
like-
jumping over.
yeah,
What the hell?
Yeah, so basically for that last one, because she's like for the last big one, because she's getting bored, she's doing that sort of legend style. Yeah, I've done 3 forward flips in a row. I'm just going to do a twist midair for some reason.
Yeah.
I'm imagining the legend level in Peru when she's crossing the
Yeah.
and the tides start falling. That's what I was imagining.
And Raheem just looks in awe at Lara and says, "Wow, this woman! You should teach me something, Lara."
Yeah. So basically, she lands on the 8th row. That was the last long jump, and then she just sort of does these 2 hops over on 9 and 10. Lands on the final platform and says, "Oh, that was fun."
Yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed
Lot of
watching
fun.
the terror and then just showing off at the end, Lara. I totally agree with you.
Right. Now that the dangerous part of that dungeon is done, I would suggest a quick bathroom break, because we've been going for an hour and a half. And then I'll see you back in, let's say, 5 minutes.
All
Okay.
right.
So does that sound good for everyone?
Piss
Lovely.
break.
Yeah, we can also call it that. On that note, how long are we comfortable playing today? Shall we go for the usual
play
9 p.m. GMT? Wait, hang on. No, 7 p.m. GMT, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Would be fine with me.
Then,
Yeah,
You got me all day.
I need to go pick up my girlfriend at 7 from the train station.
you need to pick her up at 7, so we need to leave a bit earlier.
Nah, I can be 10 minutes late.
Okay.
There's an Asda there. She can go get some stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, but
It's
we
not
wouldn't.
that far away.
Yeah, but we wouldn't want to
Yeah.
leave her hanging. So yeah, maybe I'm gonna throw in another cheeky cliffhanger around 1:30 or so.
We're good for time. We got like the 2 hours,
Okay,
basically.
okay, right. Then I'll see you in a bit.
BRB.
See you soon.
Yeah.
go. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Oh god,
whoops.
the camera's all out of whack. I think that's gonna sort itself out when Owen turns this back on.
Yeah, I think so too.
In the meantime, enjoy seeing me twice.
Can you change the text easily? Did you have on screen?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just an OBS thing.
Can you have an uncapitalized K?
I can, yeah.
Thank you. Then it's just like the same as it is on Twitch.
There you go.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And hello, Vadim. How are you doing?
Hola, Vadim.
Hello.
There's too much in chat, actually.
Phil,
Yeah?
I don't know. For me, it worked that I was able to display the shared chat
Uh-huh.
on the stream, but it's not working through the like. I don't even know why it's working for me, but for you, I see that my chat is not
Yeah,
integrated.
I'm doing my chat through the Stream Elements thing, and that's probably just feeding off my chat, but I was assuming that it would put those two together.
I mean, I just wanted to tell you it's not like you have to put it there. What? I could actually also give you my just like my link, and if I'm not mistaken, it should be able that you also would be able to integrate it to yours. But as I said, it's like it's based on my chat, and then if you're streaming something else, you probably would have to turn it off or anything like that.
Probably.
I don't know how easy it is, or if you want to have then it.
So let's take that message from Gabby. Hi, Gabby, by the way. As an example, does that show up in your chat as well?
Hello, I'm so sorry that I took a minute there. I just had a feed bumble.
Oh.
She has a.
That was Gabby, by the way. Hello, hello.
Hi, Gabby.
Gabby. We love Gabby. Sorry, but you had a question, Phil?
Yes. Did Gabby's message show up in your chat, or is it shared chat? What was happening there?
She just wrote it in your and in mine.
Oh, okay.
She just wrote it twice. Yeah.
Interesting.
But your messages appear in my chat. Oh, at least on screen. On screen. I don't know.
Interesting.
Not if I'm on my. Like, I don't know why it's not working actually, because we are in this.
Yeah, I mean, the stream together session says shared chat is active. So.
Yeah. But I'm confused. I don't know. Somehow it's not working properly. But I don't know how I did it, that your chat is integrated like over the overlay, but it's not integrated over Twitch itself for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening here.
Okay.
Either way.
Didn't want to.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Right? We don't have to figure it out now.
Either way, I think we're good to... Oh, by the way, before I forget, thank you very much for the resub, Owen. You're muted, by the
way. You're welcome again. I subbed to both of you at the same time.
Yeah. And I was speaking while and I didn't even say no thank you. So Owen, of course, thank you very much also from my side.
I'll just get a refund. It's okay.
Whoa! Okay.
Mm-hmm. So this is how we do it. Oh, thank you, Nero. Wait, you get your founder's badge back. GG's.
Exactly.
Bumble has been like my cat Bumble has been kind of like having accidents around the house. And she didn't have them when we first got her, but
Yeah.
she's like not really using her letter tray to pee. So we give a urine sample to the vets, and she has a
Uh-huh.
bladder infection.
Uh,
Sadly,
Quite
they
common
phoned
with that.
Fergal there like an hour ago.
I was about to say, like, again, Owen, are you sure it's the cat?
This is all like story. She has a bladder infection. She's peeing everywhere.
Actually, who told you that she has a bladder infection? Did you hear it yourself from the vet, or is it second-hand information?
What
I
is
don't
the
know.
vet's
Maybe
name?
yeah, maybe somebody tries to like get away the traces.
Yeah.
I'm just shit talking.
Skin very warm.
Right. Well, I think that's us good to go then, isn't it?
Yarp.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Guys, she just peed whenever I was talking about it.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, give me 1 second. Just to
Okay.
goodness. Sorry, 2 seconds.
Will get better soon.
That gives me time to check my notes. Is there anything dangerous that you need to sort of reverse engineer here?
For the chats, you mean? Or for what?
No further. You're making your way back through the dungeon.
Ah.
No, I mean, I just realized I sort of skipped over the room with the scales, but apart from that, you're basically now in the maze. Well, you would be in the maze if that was the same passage. You're now basically just in the in a cave leading to the tunnel construction site.
Ooh la la.
Wait, what? We're in a cave to a construction site?
Yeah, because you're going out the way, like the other group came through the catacombs underneath Hagia Sophia. And your group, so Emily, you, and Dunya, came through the construction site of that large Bosporus tunnel that has been under construction for a while now. And
my bad.
yeah,
Maybe you mentioned this and I just forgot because like then I was thinking like what are you leading us to with the construction workers and blood drips? Like where should we go? I was kind of like
yeah, now it all makes sense, doesn't it?
now it makes
Adrian.
sense. I did not, and I also think it was like didn't you say before that we actually came in with Laura? Laura wasn't in the room.
You
before,
came in the
with
same
us,
way,
right?
but
Adrian, do you still need
before.
water for your coffee?
I don't know if we're in a position of having coffee right now. No one has coffee. Anyway, why? Why are you asking?
I was just showing you my water.
I'm guessing you guys would have had coffee over breakfast in the hotel.
Yes,
Yeah,
but that
we
was
did.
4 hours ago. Mysterious voice in the sky.
I have returned.
Welcome back.
I'll come back.
Vought, you still here? Yeah.
I'm here.
Okay. Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry. You were just moving. I thought your camera froze. No, you just like didn't move that much. Okay. Gabby just told me you were a bit low on the sounds. In my stream at least, and I put you up.
Me?
Sound-wise.
Oh, is that better?
Oh,
Yeah,
I
loads.
mean, probably yes.
Hello.
That might be a bit too much.
It's the Germans.
So what's happening? What we doing?
I'm just
We're
going to
waiting
give
for
Owen
Owen
a
to
second to set himself back up, and then
Gabby,
Why not
what is
Owen
Owen
back?
eating? What is Owen eating? Owen,
Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I thought you done it again, but it's fine.
what are you eating? Aren't you cleaning cat pee? Oh my
That's a good
god.
idea.
Salt and vinegar. Oh.
I need to go for a shopping spree anyway later, so thanks for the inspiration, I guess.
What I love about salt and vinegar is when
Bumble
it's
has
destroying
just-
your mouth. Pete.
Bumble has done a rule. She's playing with my dice.
Oh.
Bumble does not want the stream to continue. Hang on. I'll be 1 second. I'm just gonna grab my dice.
Okay.
Bumble, you can't have that. It's mine. What a menace. You're a menace.
I think you'll find you're the menace.
Okay, I'm back. Again.
So, you've just cleared the room with the very deceptive floor tiling. And quickly pass through the one with the scales to measure the weight of your life and your decisions. And right after that, you emerge into a very natural-looking cave. And at the end of that cave, you see a sort of breakthrough into a room that Rahim and Emily previously determined to be a sort of maintenance closet for the construction side of the tunnel. There's a lot of so there's a breakthrough in that wall you've just passed through, and then on the side walls, sort of, there's a lot of cabling and switch boxes, that sort of stuff. And then on the opposite side, there is a massive fire safety door that you can pull open if you wish.
Do we hear anyone outside? Can we?
Mhm.
Can we hear anyone? Would that be a perception?
Yeah, let's say that's a perception check.
Okay.
All of us again? No, you're checking, right? Yeah.
I mean, if you want to.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
we
also
should
gonna
all check because my ears aren't working right now.
Yeah, basically what you hear is just the rumbling of the construction work further down, echoing through the tunnel. And if there is people outside, they are too quiet for you to hear.
I've got
Got-
152.
My highest roll is a 5.
I got 3 and 5.
So the fives, you do hear people, but they're very faintly. So if they are on the other side of the door, they're far enough away and probably won't hear you. Because again, the rumbling of the machinery is drowning out everything else.
Oh my god.
So
Look, we have a visitor.
We can just go then. Meow.
God, if she was
We
now
can
pee.
just go, right?
Yeah. Imagine Bumble would now just pee over your dice rolling area.
Oh god.
That would be interesting.
Hey baby.
Cute.
She sees my dice and she's like, that is mine.
no.
I suppose that goes for everything in your household.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you can't have it. Oh, shoot. Anyway. Back up.
Okay, so there was the door. We listened. They're far away.
Mm-hmm.
I said I go through the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
What do we
you see. Have you seen pictures of the? What's Bumble doing to poor Lara? Have you seen pictures of, for instance, the Gotthard Tunnel under construction, anything like that, or have you played? Yeah, I assume all of you have played the 2-3 gold extension.
Yeah.
It's basically looking like that, like a under construction sort of tunnel affair. To your left, it's sloping ever so slightly upwards because that's where the transition to overground things is, and then to your right, sloping ever so slightly down, is the one where construction is currently going on, much to Bumble's dismay.
Okay. Okay.
You can't knock Lara off the desk, Bumble.
I'm just gonna translate that to in game, saying that the cat that's been by your side is now sort of incessantly sort of kneading at Lara's calves.
You said also we hear the construction workers, right?
Yeah.
We hear if they're down or upwards?
Oh, they're way down.
Way down.
Yeah.
Okay, so Raheem turns over to the other people and says, "So, I've heard the construction workers, and it seems like they're down there. And as we know, it should probably be one of the construction workers that has the artifact. So I suggest that we go the way down, but we should be smart about it because we don't want to draw too much attention towards us. And see first who has the artifact and take that specific person out and get the artifact back."
How do we know that they took it? They could have been paid off by anybody. They could
That's
also just be at their job.
that's a good point. Could be, but we should see. We should see what is the case.
I just
That's
feel like if someone has stolen an artifact, they probably wouldn't stick around. Adrian kind of scratches at his kind of chin curiously.
That's a good point. Possibly they have also left.
Is there any more blood on the ground? Anyone bleeding? Anyone bleeding in the room?
No, this area is apart from a bit of dust.
No
Or not even dust. I mean, it's
one's
just
bleeding here.
just that these machines produce a lot of fallout in that sense. So there's like dust from that construction work going on. As far as blood is concerned, no, nothing.
What should we do?
I think we need to find out what the artifact was to begin with, and figure out who would want it. Because we still don't know what was stolen. We still have no idea. And despite translating the hieroglyphics, it didn't actually tell us anything. But there must be some kind of there must be some source of information as to what was down there, or something. Because we don't know what's stolen, and therefore it's going to be tough to figure out who would want it.
That's a good point. But how will we find out what got stolen?
The library.
So you want to go out of the tunnel all the way to the library again? Try to find what the artifact is?
I mean, we could just go somewhere with Wi-Fi. We have phones. We could, and I'm not getting signal in here. Funnily enough, we could Google it. Everything's on Google.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm down.
So-
I'm down for that. If we can get a signal, just check it out quickly.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, should be also rather easy then because the workers are down the tunnel and we just go up. We probably will not meet them.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Let's do it. Let's just get me out of
Raheem
here.
goes and leads the way.
Please, please let me leave this place.
So
Take it in front again.
Sorry, what?
Am I taking the lead again?
No, I
If
still
you
think
want
we're-
to.
I think we're all just walking out together anyway.
Yeah.
I think we're all
Alright.
It doesn't really make a difference.
Okay, then I'm not
Um,
taking the lead. Thanks for that.
Do you want to go all the way out, or just far enough to get
that
a
we have
get a signal?
at first.
Right. Yeah. Let's say you don't actually need to go all the way out to get enough signal. But on that note, I'm going to make you give me a perception check.
All of it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
4, 5.
So a 6, a 1, and a 4.
I mean,
I dropped
I've-
on the ground. It's a 1.
6653.
So highest roll was 6 from Nero, 6 from Fang, 5 from Vort, and Owen.
My highest roll was a 3.
A 3. So yeah, basically Emily is just sort of
No signal. Her phone's dead.
no signal for one. Until you reach that point, but for another, you're sort of overstimulated by the constant noise of the drill going on. You do see the end of the tunnel, and you see that there is also this worker area up ahead. What the rest of you see is that in that worker area, people are actually still, like, there's not only the workers in the tunnel, but there's also the ones up there preparing materials to be transported further into the mountain, into the tunnel. You also see, they're of course also in their typical construction worker gear, high-vis jackets, hard hats, and as you get closer and closer to the entrance of the tunnel, you sort of also get a tiny look into this fenced-off construction sort of area, and that's where Rahim and Adrian, you notice that there is quite a lively discussion going on between a group of construction workers, also all wearing high-vis jackets, hard hats. One of them has his arm in a cast.
Silly bugger.
Do you see this?
Yeah, that man must have taken a tumble.
Yes, he has his arm
blood.
in a cast. Do you think this could be the guy
The
that
blood.
actually took the artifact?
Do you think that he went to the hospital and got a cast and came back to work?
In 30 to 60 minutes.
In 30 to 60 minutes.
No, it is at least 30 to 60 minutes. It doesn't have to be.
That is true, actually, yeah. But hypothetically, if you broke your arm at work, would you come back to work after visiting the hospital?
Well, on
I
a
think you
regular
would,
job.
man.
Maybe there was a first aider on the construction site and he hasn't actually left yet.
Who had plaster of Paris
Yeah.
in the first aid kit? Reset
never
the
be-
arm. Get the
can never be
plaster
too
of Paris out. It's possible. It's possible. You never know when you've got who has plaster of Paris. Could be. Not that it really helps our case though, because we're just gonna crawl out of here and go, "Hello, mate. Sorry about the arm. How did that happen?" And they're gonna look at us and go, "What are you doing in here? You're not
I'm ready.
qualified to be here." No. Put the shotgun away. Put the shotgun away. Put the sword
It's fine.
away.
No,
Punch
maybe Lee has a point, right? If we I don't know, like go over to him and ask some questions, do some sort of interrogation, right? And point out that, well, he only has one good arm left. He doesn't want to lose that one right now.
You want to go and threaten a poor man who's already got a broken arm?
I don't
Yes.
think that man is as poor as you think, Adrian. I got the feeling something shady is going on here. And I don't think that it's a coincidence that we meet or see this dude right here right after we have discovered that there's a missing artifact and there's a blood trail leading in this direction.
I'm
You can
very
break your
sus.
arm without bleeding.
Yeah.
Maybe. Do you know what? If you want to go and talk to these lovely people, you can do that. I'm gonna just merge into the wall.
You do that. I think Emily, Raheem, I think the three of us could go over and, you know, just we'll be nice. We
Yeah.
could talk at first. In fact, I would implore Adrian comes over as more of the diplomatic role, and
Well,
we'll be ready if we need to be ready.
will we find out what Lara thinks? What we should do as well.
No, she's not helping us that much.
I mean, she's right there. She can hear you. She stood with us.
I'm sorry, Lara. I didn't want you to hear this. I don't like saying these things in front of you, but it needed said.
Raheem feels like there's multiple comments already targeted, and feels like it's a bit sexist already.
It's a little thing, and it was just International Women's Day as well. It's a bit strange.
Not sexist. I was commenting on her uselessness at this precise moment, not her femininity. It's nothing to do with it.
Yeah, it just felt like before Emily got a bit roasted, and now, it's Laura.
Well,
Did you consider yourself sexist, Lee?
I just fight. That's it. I have no
Hmm.
time for labels. I just fight.
Raheem looks over to Laura and says, "Don't you want to say anything against that?"
This
she
is
she
kind
she
of
basically just
canon.
gives you this. She basically just ever so slightly shakes her head and doesn't even bother to respond to that because, well, she knows that Lee's just BSing. But instead, what she does is, I feel like it's safe to say at this point, you guys get your signal back. So obviously, Lara also gets reception back for her headset, and sort of walks off, not really paying attention to you anymore. And she does start talking to a person she calls Zip on the phone, but she's out of earshot before you can hear what she actually tells him.
Maybe we could do. Can we maybe try and overhear what she's saying, or would you prefer we just don't? We just leave that for now.
I mean, you can always give me a perception check.
Yeah, I think Emily will be kind of observant on that, and maybe let's see if she actually is or not. If she can hear what Lara's saying. So my perception's 2.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a 2 and a 5.
Right. So at first, you kind of start walking in the same direction to kind of keep close, at which point still the both the sounds of the construction work and the debate among the construction workers up here are too loud for you to make anything out. But eventually you do kind of catch the last snippets, and there's something about figuring out who's basically, she tells them to follow the money and keep me posted.
Okay.
Mysterious.
Oh, Melia is typing.
So.
So, are we gonna go check this guy with the cast?
I'm just imagining, like, whenever like you're playing The Sims and the glitch, and They're just kind of standing there. I feel like that's what our characters are doing when whenever we're
Marco, push
trying
him, Baba.
to.
But yeah, Lee, maybe we want to try it out, and
I do.
but the guy is still there with. He's not alone. I think we can take on. I think there were 3 people, right?
3 people, right? So I mean, I think there's enough of us here. We can take 2 of them out completely, knock them out, and then the last guy in the cast, we can restrain him and ask him questions.
Actually, Lee, I just realized. I think
Do you
we're
have rope?
making it more complicated than we need. If I remember correctly, you have a shotgun.
Yeah,
I
Lee,
have a
Probably just
shotgun.
pointed at them.
Lee
But I
woke
have
up
one
today and
clip.
shows violence, obviously.
I have 1 clip, and these are just construction workers. They're not police, so I
But we'll
wouldn't
listen
like
to
to
you.
hurt them.
So you don't want to use the shotgun, alright?
They're just employees, as far as
I mean,
we
you
know
don't
just
have to
now.
shoot them. I'm not saying you need to kill them, but like intimidate them, and then we're
I'm-
gonna
If
get
I'm
some information
holding
out
a
of them.
shotgun, something could happen. I would rely more on my fists. I just want to knock 2 guys out. Do you have rope?
I don't have a rope, no.
I
But
don't.
I have this here. And I pull out a handgun with 2 clips.
I
don't
also
need
have
it.
a
Why?
handgun.
Why are
with-
we being so violent?
We don't need it. I have a
This is-
sword. I have a sword. We can interrogate and torture the guy in the cast.
We
with
might
the
not
sword.
even need
You
to
don't want-
torture. We could just
you don't want
ask.
to pull out your shotgun, but you're ready to torture them.
You know
Why,
what's
It's
when
okay.
Adrian's the voice of reason.
while you're making that debate and showing off your weaponry, Lara just sort of comes wandering back, squats down beside you, and says, "Are you really? Is your first thought really just trying to kill them? I mean, I've been there, but usually when they try to kill me first, so maybe let's hold off on that."
I'm ready.
Who has been talking about killing? I'm just talking about
I just
intimidating.
feel like there's lots of
yeah.
weapons going
Let's-
on.
I want to run up. We can try talking, but I'm ready to knock 2 guys out here
Well,
and
I
restrain the
'cause-
3rd.
Yeah, and because some of our weapons might be visible anyway, because I have a bow and arrow on my back, so maybe that would be enough to kind of intimidate them. The bow and arrow. I don't know. Maybe they'll feel a bit intimidated anyway when we're approaching them. Because I also have my I have a bow on my back. I don't know.
I see you all
Lara's
got
just
weapons.
Lara's
I did not.
Medieval warfare we have here. With swords and bow and arrow.
upon you mentioning the bow and arrow, Lara just glances at that and says, "Oh yeah, that takes me back," and without really elaborating much further on that.
All right then, Legolas. Let's go.
Legolas Croft.
Let's walk over with Adrian as the reasonable mind who is going to try and just ask kindly for some information. But I am ready.
Speak the language.
You're. I thought you were good with languages. You don't know like.
I speak English and Greek fluently, and I can read in ancient languages. I don't speak. I don't speak the language. I don't know every language.
Construction is like one of the most ancient forms of labor. Surely it's a language that has been passed down for
Well,
thousands
I
upon
just
thousands
start
of
doing
years.
sign language with the hammers. That's a really good idea. Start building an IKEA desk. Yeah, it's brilliant. They'll get
Right.
that.
Well, if you don't want to talk, I'm gonna go up and punch 2 guys. Let's do it.
Maybe-
Either
Okay.
I'll
way, we
punch
have the
him.
language.
Let's all talk together.
Raheem Punchley.
No, let's
Nope,
all take a
try it.
breather.
I will retaliate.
I don't
I'm
think you'd win
familiar,
there.
so Emily
Raheem,
would
do
say.
you want to punch me?
What is the brawn?
Yeah,
What is
yeah,
it,
I'm
right?
ready. I'm ready. And
How is the brawn? Tell me.
If we want to speak their language, we have to remember that we do have someone here who can speak many languages. I'm very familiar with Lara Croft's work, and I know that she is very talented in that regard. So maybe we could ask Laura to translate or speak to them for us. Maybe
Translate laborers.
translate whatever language they speak.
Oh, okay. Yeah, ask her.
That's
Are you
like a
in on
easy
that, Lara?
an easy way around that language barrier.
If I
Okay, so maybe we can ask Laura to um find out what happened to his arm by asking
Yeah.
him what happened.
Yeah, that could work. I mean, what I'm struggling to see what would possibly be a conversation starter for that. I mean, I can give it a go, assuming I do speak the language. I don't speak every language, mind you.
But you speak Turkish? Question mark.
can I
I
just
mean, a
walk up and
bit.
ask if they speak English?
Sure.
Because they might speak English.
We can also do that, yeah.
Okay, Lee walks up to the group of 3 people and just says, "Excuse me, do any of you speak English?"
Okay. Make me a languages check.
1 for languages.
Yeah.
4.
They respond in a language that's definitely not English, and it's something either Arabic or closely related to Arabic. You're not entirely sure, but you do not understand what they're actually saying, except for the fact that they do not speak English.
But
Okay.
Raheem hears it, and he knows Arabic. It is a different dialect, but he's able to figure out what they're saying.
Yeah, so what you hear is basically that they ask Lee to put it bluntly, to piss off. And what has he been doing here? This is a construction site. There's no place for you here. Leave now.
What did they say, Raheem? Tell me. Tell me what they said.
Not so nice things, actually, Lee. They told us
Just-
to piss off. It's a construction site, and we're not allowed to be here.
Oh, is that so? Okay. Well, could you tell them that I said that I will walk wherever I so may choose, and if they have any issues, they are welcome to approach me with them.
Yeah, Raheem translates what Lee says, but uses a more nicer and language, trying to convince them through social skills.
Yeah. Okay. I'm wondering, do you have any, or even are there any skills that will make you a bit more?
More social, you mean? I have
Kind of.
socializing.
Yeah,
one.
socializing. Socializing would work. Yeah, give me socializing.
Okay, socializing 1. Let's see. 4.
So you managed to get the point across that you didn't mean to trespass or mean them any harm. They get that, but they're still very insistent on you leaving because otherwise they're gonna have to enforce their territory basically.
They're gonna
And
piss
they're
off
still
you.
very insistent that you have no business here whatsoever.
What did they say, Raheem? Tell us. Tell the group.
Well, Raheem translates basically what Phil has just, what the game master, raid master, has just given us the situation.
Well, I I have some questions that I don't think I could leave without having the answers to, specifically involving a trail of blood and a cast and a missing artifact that we all need to be, diligently looking for.
Yeah, Raheem summarizes what Lee said and points also at the cast that one of the three workers has around the arm and waits for their response.
Lovely. So, the guy in the cast basically just sort of nervously looks around him, and then takes a step closer to you and says, "We don't talk about that here."
Where do we talk about it then?
Raheem answers to him and says, then we should go somewhere where it's more quiet.
He gives another nervous glance behind him as well. Not even to the to his colleagues, but over the construction area in general, and points you to a. He gives you the name of a bar in the vicinity, like two streets away from here, and says, "Meet me at sunset in the bar. Make sure you're not followed. And now piss off."
Raheem agrees to that and says to the others that we should leave. And,
Okay.
says that everything is under control. We probably should leave for now.
So I can't fight anyone?
Seems like there's no fighting right
Afraid
now.
not.
Okay.
And while Raheem is already also going away from the construction site, supposedly with the others, he turns around and just screams to the guy once again. Don't think even about anything stupid.
And so, did they want everyone to meet them at sunset, or just Raheem?
Oh, we're all going.
I mean, they didn't specify, but
yeah, he just said that we should meet him at sunset.
Yeah, we have answers we need.
and as you're walking away to the gate, that sort of separates this area from the rest of the street. You do kind of notice them, the other two workers, kind of following, like they're taking a couple of steps behind you to make sure you're actually leaving, and then once they see you do, they just turn around and go back inside.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ooh. Pub?
Pub.
Yes. Yeah, pub.
Okay, yeah, so he told us to go to this bar, and yeah, it's not far away from here, so I think we should just go by foot, right?
Yeah, we can.
Sounds good.
I've been walking for hours. Fine. Fine.
Don't worry, Adrian. You can also get something to drink in the bar.
Can we play words with friends?
Sure.
I
will
haven't
have-
played since this
we will have
morning.
some time to rest, I suppose. I know for all of us, it's been a long day so far, and it's not even
It has
half.
been.
It's not even noon.
feel like I was in that that chamber for almost 14 days.
Yeah, me too. It felt that long.
Ah. So we're heading to this bar?
Yep,
Was
we're en route as of right now.
Let's do it.
Let's go.
Well, if you've read chat, you all know what's coming next. Don't you?
I was actually expecting you just to put them on with no context, and then they were going to be like, "What?"
There has to be some context to that, otherwise it's just going to be too random.
Looks so different with them.
AOD.
I sure
Lara.
hope so. Oh, this one guy at the gate of Saint-Pan Rouge as well.
Yeah, exactly.
I just thought Wesker was gonna make an appearance there. I was like, damn,
Yeah, I think my hair is
he's
just a
always
bit.
with me.
Yep.
Yeah, he will be. I can improve on that, but I think my hair is just too long at this point for that. But I can do my best.
Do you already feel something, Fang?
I have to avert thy eyes to keep friendships as friendships.
Incompetence.
Incompetence surrounds me.
Boo boo
Boo boo boo. With the power of uwo bobos.
Right. So straight to the bar then, right?
Yes.
Yep. To the pub.
To the pub.
Oh god, they're actually mirroring.
First round's on Emily, apparently.
Oh, if they're causing trouble, then you
No,
can...
they're not causing trouble. It's just that you can kind of see in the glasses what I can see. So it's basically just the reflection of this Discord screen here. So it's fine. Nothing people can't see anyway, so we're all right.
I'm sunken. I'm gonna sit up in a minute. I just want to stretch.
I can barely read chat with these on, by the way. So if I'm missing anything, you know who to blame.
What would happen if I redeem now Spanish mode?
We'd all be screwed because none of you would be able to understand me anymore.
Okay.
Well, I suppose you would be because your streak on Duolingo is still alive, I hope.
It is
Mine.
still alive, yes. Even though I have to say I should invest more time in learning, but
Yeah.
it's alive.
Oh, I need to add you on Duolingo.
It's the SK Nero.
Chat's just gonna add you. Everyone in chat is just now adding you on Duolingo. You'll never know who's me.
Jet.
20 friend requests.
So you walk through the aforementioned streets, and you do come across this bar. It's looking very
Owen's walking.
traditionally oriental,
Emily is currently walking.
making her way
We're
downtown.
all walking together.
It's a race.
Oh my god.
Running, sprinting to the bar.
I mean, if you want, you can all give me an endurance check to see who gets there first.
Oh, Emily, I'll race you. I'll
Yeah,
race
look
you to
how
the bar.
close she already is.
What is my endurance? I have an endurance of 1. Okay,
Right,
let's-
what's my
let's-
endurance? 2.
Ooh, I got a 6!
Do the check.
Yes!
Mine is 3.
Mhm.
Wait, highest numbers win, right? Or
Two.
how-
Yeah.
2.
4.
So I'm
4.
Oh,
like,
I got 4.
you ready
Yeah.
for this? Are you ready to see
Me too.
real speed?
I have
Check
2,
this out.
That's okay.
You ready? This is so fast.
3,
I'm getting to the pub, okay?
6. I have a 6 and 3.
So, for whatever reason, you guys just decide to just sprint towards that cafe in the midday sun. That's gonna go down really well.
Do you hear this?
That was really good.
Raheem asked if the other ones here. It seems like an animal is dying.
The air is so hot.
Also, I don't think our screens are black on stream.
Yeah, I just needed to check something really quick and tap out.
Oh,
Yeah, so basically, yeah, you just decide to sprint. Adrian and Raheem are just, they set off and they're just gone, and then
sorry, I'll stop.
I mean, I'm just gonna let you go with it.
Just both things. It's both things. First of all, what Phil just said, it's just us always like doing this. I don't know what this like friendship stuff between Raheem and Adrian, and also freaking Emily getting fake.
Because
what?
obvious.
Getting fake.
So obviously, because you got the description of the route, you, Raheem, are just, you know your way, you know every turn, you know where to go, and you're fast, so you get there first. Right on your heels is Adrian. And then about like a couple of seconds later, Lara just sort of jogs in before Emily and Lee arrive.
Just no context why we're running. Don't give any context. It makes it funnier.
Sprinting down the street, just full pelt.
I mean, you wanted to sprint, so you're gonna sprint. Your reasons are all yours. And you come to this very traditional, very oriental looking building where the entrance is actually cut off from the street by like these archways, very ornamented, and inside there's no direct light inside. It's just all coming in through the shutters of the windows, and you get these sort of orangey, beigeish vibes you would expect from like an Arabic sort of place. On the odd occasion, there are a couple of plants putting in a bit of green hue, but yeah, that's sort of the vibe you're getting. And there's not really even a proper tables. There's just like these sort of seating areas with these ottomans sitting in the middle with a wooden plate on top of them, so they actually serve as a coffee table, and then there's cushions spread all around them for people to enjoy their tea or coffee or whatever drinks at. Oh, lovely.
Well, I'm grabbing a chair. Adrian's grabbing a seat.
I was going to say there is no chairs. Grab a cushion.
Okay, we'll sit on a cushion. Adrian just pops down with just a just the longest, most obnoxious sigh of relief.
I want a beer, so I'm gonna ask Emily to buy a round for us.
I'm like thinking, would she do it?
We're buddies.
Yeah, me and Lee are buddies.
Okay.
So I'll get Lee.
We've just traversed the most dangerous cave of our lives, and we're still not friends.
Nah, okay.
We're meant to bond over these traumatic experiences.
The real artifacts is the friends we made along the way.
Okay, I'll get everyone a beer then.
You're so good.
Beer's on me.
Even Lara.
And I'm like, Adrian, woman can drink beer, you know?
I wasn't the one being sexist. That was Lee. I think you'll find.
I never said Emily couldn't drink a beer.
No, but you were being quite sexist towards Lara Croft earlier, wasn't that right, Raheem?
I wasn't. I just said she was being
Uh,
useless.
Yes, a little bit
The
sexist.
criticism was on our actions, not our femininity. They're two separate entities.
It's just suspicious that the only person you deemed useless was a woman. A
No,
little bit sus.
Emily was extremely useful.
But wasn't it you, Adrian, who also said something regarding Emily and
I-
regarding the jumping? Then
I said Emily was petite and she had small legs. Therefore, if Lee destroyed all the platforms like he did the last time,
yeah,
he'd
exactly. And
struggle to
so you
jump.
thinking that a woman is always
Like
small,
lesser
petite,
capable.
health, is
Yeah,
not
like
able to make
I'm
big
sorry,
leaps, big
Emily,
jumps.
how tall
all
are
that.
you? It was terrible for me to assume you're not 6'2" and a basketballer.
You don't have to be tall, right? Would you call a man
No,
petite?
ha-
It's
when-
rarely used for man.
Do you think a small Irish woman of Emily's stature could beat LeBron James in a basketball game?
I don't
Are we
think
having
she
this
wouldn't be
serious
able to do it just
conversation?
because she's a woman. Okay, that's what I want
No,
to point
it-
out.
I didn't
I
even
don't even
mention
like
the womanness.
basketball.
I
don't even
mentioned her
like it.
tiny legs. I'm more leggish
I didn't.
than anything. It's not her
For the
fault.
record, I made no comments on Lara's legs.
No, that was me. I didn't even mention
know.
Lara's legs. I'm talking about Emily's little Irish
I'm
legs.
just saying.
So
I'm-
small.
For the
You don't see
record,
me
by
making
the way,
comments.
for the record, Lara doesn't actually care about this conversation at all. She's just sort of awkwardly nipping her beer, listening to. It's sort of like when Jonah and Abby get flirting and Paititi. That's the vibe she's giving off right now, in regards to the whole conversation that's going on.
Nice.
Anyway, I'm going to drink my beer.
Well, I'm not going to give a
Where's-
damn for any of you anymore if you're short or tall. I hope you all die.
Where's
Except you, Raheem. Raheem, we're good. Don't worry.
Yeah, Brahim puts his phone away. He already had his finger on the unfriend button on Friends with Friends.
Wait, where's our friend with the cast?
Oh, he's not here yet. He just told you to meet him here.
Okay.
Yeah, Raheem looks at his watch. It's still about half an hour till.
Yeah, so you have time for loads of rounds of words with friends.
Loads of rounds of beer.
Actually,
I think I declare that Raheem and Adrian should have a drinking game of Words with Friends, where every time
how would you turn that into a
Please.
drinking game? I wonder.
they score a word more than 10 points, the other person has to take a shot.
I can't. Raheem unfriended me.
No, I only had my
Alright.
finger on it, but I didn't press it.
Can
That's
we
really quite
ask?
hurt.
Can we ask? Can we ask the person behind the bar if they have an old Scrabble board game?
I'm not playing Scrabble. I've just been in the catacombs. Let's just sit in peace for 5 minutes. Just sit.
Jenga.
For 5 minutes.
I mean, you can play that sitting down.
Yeah. Maybe it's one of those places that have
Get
giant
the
Jenga.
Monopoly board out.
You know that some pubs have like giant Jenga, where it's like the big blocks.
Yeah, I mean, you do, as you cast your eyes around the room, you do notice they have a sort of game section where there's a sort of different board games sitting on a cupboard, including Jenga and backgammon. That's the ones you notice from the distance.
Raheem gets up, goes over gets the Jenga, goes back to the table, and says, Lee, that's what you wanted, right?
Perfect. Because if you came over with backgammon, I was gonna punch you. I was gonna shoot the bartender if you came over with backgammon.
drawing the line at construction workers, but bartenders, that's okay.
Yeah. I have my ethics and rules. They fit in somewhere.
Somewhere.
Okay, so Raheem starts to build the Jenga tower,
Mhm.
and
Wait,
says,
who's playing?
All
Wait,
four
what?
of us are playing a drinking
No,
game now.
I'm gonna watch. I'm just gonna enjoy some peace. I
Oh,
need
but
to
yeah,
meditate for a moment.
I just got reminded. Of course, your new best bonded friend also followed you into this bar, so you gotta watch out for a sneaky paw knocking the whole tower over.
Oh yeah, the cat. Well, I'm
Yeah.
gonna. Can Adrian kind of like encourage the cat to come sit with him, and just
Yeah.
some gentle, soothing pets. And then they can watch the Jenga unfold.
Don't suppose you have. Let's call it perception to react to the cat's behavior cues.
Okay.
we see it.
A 3, a 3, and a 2.
Yes, you managed to get its attention at first. It does allow you like a slight hat pat, but then it just sort of just stops and sits between you and Rahim, leaning more towards Rahim because, you know, they're friends for life now. They're besties. They're inseparable.
And Raheem, even without looking at the cat, is able to perfectly place his hand on the head of the cat and stroke it, and to big enjoyment of the cat. And it's purring very loud.
Yeah, the engine is running.
Exactly.
So,
Speaking of cats purring very loud, this is what I'm currently witnessing.
aww.
Hang on,
I
let me
don't know
focus.
where mine is. Oh, he's sleeping up on my couch.
By the way, when I came up with this setting, this is exactly what I was hoping for.
Everyone's cat's just showing up.
Yeah.
Mm.
You know, she looks like she's having fun, but you know, in a minute she's gonna piss all over the floor again.
Okay, who's playing Jenga then?
Oh, she heard that. Faye.
So I'm playing Jenga.
I'm playing Jenga. It's gonna be the quickest game ever. We only get one turn each. 'Cause by that time, I'm sure the man in the cast is gonna be here.
So is Emily also playing?
No,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
not playing Jenga.
And Adrian
Okay, we get 2
also.
turns each.
Okay.
Raheem tries to convince Emily to also play Jenga with his social skills.
Hmm.
What do we have in socializing?
Will I? will I do a will?
Yeah,
roll?
socializing against will is what
Right.
you do.
Wow. Okay.
Not that that does
Wait,
Emily any
Have
good.
I used will then also against it? And then
No,
help
you
us
use your
socialize?
you as the socializing person use socializing, and the socializee uses will to go against that.
I only have one will. So that
Yeah, exactly. So using will in that situation doesn't do you much good, to be honest. But you can give it a shot.
Maybe, how
Okay.
much? Nero, how many rolls do you get?
Socializing one.
Okay, we both have one roll, so
Okay, let's go.
Let's
I'm
see.
going to row.
okay, go.
4.
4. Right, don't let me down, duck. 3. No.
Yes, Emily's playing
Fine.
Jenga.
I'll pull up a seat.
And he's like, fine. Okay.
Now that we're 3 players, guys, shouldn't we maybe also try to convince Adrian?
Can I intimidate Adrian into playing?
Sure.
If you don't play, I'm gonna put you back in the category.
What can I do for that?
Isn't
First, I'm
it?
gonna ask Adrian. Adrian, are you sure you don't want to play with us?
I was quite
I
enjoying
think-
petting the cat.
I think intimidating is a specialization for socializing, which you do not have.
You do not have. Oh,
Can't you use brawn?
yeah, I'm like hand to hand, and I can't intimidate people. I have 4 hand to hand.
Just a wee guy.
You can
Four hand.
give him a put him into a headlock or something.
Is that hand to hand? Yeah.
Yeah, that would count as hand to hand. But
Right,
of
We're
course,
gonna roll.
So
We're
what do
gonna
I roll to resist that?
So I roll
you
hand
have
to hand. Yeah.
beige. Yeah, you could.
Right, four.
I'm gonna give you the choice between
1,
hand to hand and evasion
6,
to combat that.
Where's
2,
my evasion?
and 4. I have 1, 6, 2, and 4. So we have a 6.
164.
Where's the intimidation skill?
I'm gonna evasion.
It's
evasion
a
it
specialization
first.
of socializing.
4
Oh, okay.
and 1. Okay, I get
Four
put in a
and
headlock.
Yeah, you do.
Right. I'm not letting you out of that headlock until you
Well,
say.
the thing is, I'm really into it, so actually I'm quite comfortable.
Bet you were
So,
expecting
You've
that.
actually heightened by.
Jokes on you. I'm actually into that.
If you like this headlock, I promise you another headlock later if you play Jenga with us.
I think no, it's fine. I'm quite comfortable like this. You've got wonderful chest muscles. Actually, they're quite comfortable. Actually,
Okay, I need some help intimidating. This is not going to plan. We need another person to also get in on this headlock.
two people headlocking me. Ooh, ooh. I'm a lucky man.
Okay, so I would like to do like cleverness.
Mhm.
Cleverness check. If I come up with a method that would actually reveal a secret from Adrian. And
Yeah,
we
so you're
find
trying
that-
to you're trying
that
to
helps
figure
us
out
to-
what's not Adrian's kink.
Exactly,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
While all this is happening, Emily is just like, I really hope that this person arrives soon.
Yeah, give me two dice on cleverness.
okay, let's go. 4, 1. Shit.
So, Fang, don't reveal everything, but what could possibly convince you? Or Adrian, rather.
I guess if Raheem got his toes out, I think I feel like and just like gave them a wiggle in his face, he'd probably be a bit like ah.
Yeah. Yeah. Wiggle your toes. Wiggle
No,
your
no,
toes.
no, no, no. Keep the socks on.
Wiggle your
Keep your
toes.
little socks on.
Say you're playing Jenga.
Of course, peace and
Raheem.
love to anybody that does love the toes.
Raheem
Adrian just doesn't.
remembered that little detail about Adrian, but he kind of felt like the setting. It's not the setting to do such things, and he accepted. He accepts and says, "Okay, let's play as free then."
Okay.
Am I
I-
still
I
in the headlock?
I am releasing Adrian from the headlock. Much to his disappointment.
I was so very comfortable in there.
Well, you can go back to petting the cat now.
Oops. Good baby.
Okay, shall we play Jenga?
Yes, let's play Jenga.
Three players, 2 turns each, and then I'm sure someone will topple it over by then, right?
Sure. I'm gonna call that perception checks to notice when the tower starts wobbling and how to adjust to that. Who wants to go first?
I will go first.
Shall we all roll to see who goes first?
Yeah, we kind of need to do it in an order though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If we all
So-
roll the
Yeah,
highest
I mean,
number
if we
goes
have a
first, and the
volunteer,
and the lowest number goes last.
I will start, no problem.
I mean, we could do
we
it that
just
way.
roll.
We could
Yeah.
do it that way, or you could, if there's volunteers for first.
I have a
whatever. I have
two,
also
two. Emily.
Can't believe you guys are rolling for initiative for a Jenga game.
1. I got 1.
Okay, so
Right,
we
so-
need a we need a tiebreaker
wanna-
between.
You just want to go first? And I'll go
Just
second.
go first, yes.
Okay, there you go. You can go first, and I will go second.
Okay, so what are we doing now? I have to roll, and like if it's high enough, I will succeed. or what?
You need to roll perception.
Perception.
Mhm.
Wow, okay, I have perception 4.
What do you have perception?
4. Wait,
Oh.
1 second. My butt. Okay, there's a 1. There's a 4. There's a 1. Hello. And there's 2. So the highest was 4.
Yeah, that'll do it. It's the first stone, so that's no problem at all. Let's see if it will be
Right.
for Lee.
Right, I rolled twice. 1, 2. Worst game of Jenga ever.
I mean, given the fact that this is the second move overall, you already came shockingly close to knocking it over, but you just about managed to keep it up. And given the
That's
face
good.
that Emily's making, she's not liking her chances.
Emily is stuck on the toe thing. that's what
She
this
didn't
is
even know it. It was just something that I remembered. I think. Maybe. Whatever.
like. She seen the toe wiggling and she was like.
Shall we?
Just gonna leave that there. Is it my turn?
Yeah. it's your
Yeah.
turn.
Okay.
We need a perception check from you.
Okay. Perception 2. So that is 4. Oh wait, sorry. Okay, trust me, that was 4. I forgot to put the thing on screen. Okay, 4 and 2.
4.
6.
That
total.
will do it. Right, Raheem.
Okay. So. Then we have another 4. F3. F3. And a 1.
Yeah, but the 3 and the 4 would have done it.
Cool.
So that means it's Lee's turn.
Okay. 3 and 2.
Again, it starts wobbling dangerously. You just sort of you pull the stone out and then you go, oh, okay, please stay, please stay, please stay, and it does just about stay. Emily
So it's Emily's
is
turn.
next.
Oh. I'm just laughing at the face. Okay, that is a 3. And a 6.
6.
Wow, okay.
You've picked the perfect stone. It's basically flying out of the tower of its own volition. You just have to catch it.
Okay,
Raheem.
Emily's happy again.
I just threw 6. Ah, okay. Do I even need to go on?
No,
5,
no,
4,
you're fine.
1.
Okay.
Let's see if we get the classic Lee wobble again.
1, 4.
Okay, no bad. Okay.
We do get the Lee wobble again, but this time it's more legit because it's already the third round and a couple of breaks have already been taken out. So we get it now, but it's still wobbling and it's getting dangerous. But it's still standing. That's what I want to point out. Let's see if it's still standing after Emily takes her turn.
Okay. That is 4. And a 3. A 4 and a 3.
A 4 and a 3. Again, very wobbly, but also still standing.
Okay. Then 6. Okay.
Woo!
It's like you've done nothing else your entire life.
Okay. My turn.
Yep.
4, 1.
So you see one of those bricks poke out ever so slightly, and you think, okay, that must be the one. Surely that's loose. And you give it a pull, and then you realize, okay, no, this is not loose. This is not coming out. But the rules say you have to use that brick now, and you keep pulling, and eventually the whole thing just topples over, loudly crashing to the
I got a
ground.
4.
You lost.
I got a 4.
Yeah, but the tower's getting more and more unstable. The roads get more and more difficult.
Okay. That guy's with
I
you.
kept track of the whole thing.
If we all got 6s, we would just start like defying gravity at that point.
Yeah.
Floating.
Okay. I lost.
Right, Emily's looking at her watch and thinking, where the fuck is this person? Where are they?
So it takes you a couple of minutes to clean up the mess the tower left, but eventually, once you put everything away, that person
Wait.
walks in.
Do we have to put it away? Can I just like leave a couple of Jenga blocks there to play with?
I mean, sure.
I need something to fiddle with.
All right, yeah, I get it.
ADHD.
He's got the ADHD.
But at some point, the person you're looking for, or you've been waiting for, walks in. It doesn't take him long to spot you, actually, because the place is fairly empty. And walks over and sits down in your circle. And he, nice dice.
A duck. Anyway, sorry.
And yeah, he basically says, okay, I think we can talk here. What are you looking for?
That's a really
Okay.
good
The
question.
artifact.
So we know there is something missing from a chamber linked up to the construction site you were working at. We know there was a trail of blood leading back to the construction site, and we can see you're wearing a cast. Can you fill in the blanks as to why?
I like
Yeah,
getting
he-
straight to the point.
Yeah, he paused for a second to rearrange his thoughts, basically, and then says, yes, a couple of days ago we were working on the tunnel. We made a breakthrough for the, we built the electric chamber there, and then when we built it, we had a breakthrough into this cave, so we followed it, and then he goes on to describe how he basically you can tell he's smart because he kind of figured out the passage across the tiles quite easily, and then with his buddies, quite incidentally, the two you've been seeing earlier, he was able to also solve the chest puzzle to get that to move, and yeah, that's how he got in to the larger chamber, and then they explored that and saw a thing sitting on that plinth, and it's a shiny thing in a room filled with golden ornaments, so of course he grabbed it, and at that point he tells you that the whole room started shaking. It felt like an earthquake, and parts of he doesn't know where it's come from, and you don't know either, because to you back then the room looked intact, but he just knew. He saw debris and stones falling from the ceiling and shattering there, and one of them hit him on his arm, got into it. That's where the blood came from, cut rather deep, fractured it. The three of them then dragged themselves out of there, or rather the colleagues dragged him out and helped him out. Got him into a hospital. Got that scene too. And then he tells you the next day, the boss came round and started asking questions. And that's when he told them the same story. And he doesn't go into too much detail about what happened next, but he does make it very clear that his boss is no one to mess with, and he just took that thing away from him and told him to not think about that ever again. And to basically pretend like he's never seen it, seal off the cave, and forget about the whole thing.
Okay. Who's your boss?
He's still looking kind of... He's getting that nervous look on his face again. You don't want to mess with him. You don't. You just trust me. You don't.
You want a name?
I can't say.
Raheem is pointing at his gun that he
Yeah.
has attached to his belt. And
Yeah,
says,
just
I think you can say.
Look, I'm going to give you my company name, and then you do research. I'm not getting involved in this. And he tells you that the construction firm he's working for is called...
Nadler Mines.
No. Just for a split second, I thought about that. But no. The company is called Aslani Incorporated.
Islamic
Okay.
Narnia.
I too have read Narnia.
Love Narnia.
It doesn't.
absolutely-
It doesn't.
Does your boss happen to be a big lion?
Or a white witch.
Yeah, it doesn't take too much.
The character there, or what is called Islani?
Yeah, the company is called Aslani
no.
Incorporated.
I mean, in Narnia. I didn't watch.
There's
No,
Yeah,
the
there's
big
a
lion in
lion.
Narnia is called Aslan, which quite incidentally is the Turkish word for lion.
probably
okay.
why. Yeah.
What a
Lion.
strange coincidence.
What's the lion
Lion.
called? Lion.
Coincidence.
okay. So
Can you imagine us all, our characters saying all this in front of the guy after just threatening him with a gun?
fucking lion.
I
Aslan.
love Narnia.
Narnia, what? kind of shit company is that?
So, are we happy with what we've got from this gentleman? He seems quite cooperative to the point at which he still wants to protect himself. We have relatively a fair amount of information. Is there anything else we want to ask him?
I don't think so.
Raheem
can't
has
think
no
of
questions
anything.
left.
I want to challenge him to a heads-up game of Jenga to the death.
God, imagine how intense that would be. Jenga, a Jenga to the death.
That would be very, very intense.
Thank you for your information.
Can I ask him if he wants to play Jenga?
To the Jenga.
You can, but he's just trying to raise his arm and says, I can't really. It just doesn't work.
You don't need two hands for Jenga.
Can I play Jenga?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw a Jenga block at his face then and tell him fine.
Quite aggressive.
Mhm.
Do I need to do a check for that?
Nah,
Let's
nah.
not throw.
You just-
I'm
I
I mean, yeah, no,
Lee's.
Lee's thrown on the block. It's just that
He can't defend himself. He's got a broken arm.
here.
yeah,
Play
he
Jenga.
can still he does sort of, you know, he's sort of prepared because you've been threatening him all conversation long, so he's kind of on edge already. So when you throw that block, he's just sort of okay, no, and just about manages to dodge the block.
Deepest
He-
apologies.
oh,
He has ADHD.
Yeah, I was
Throw
just
another one.
about to say that.
No.
Three more
Emily
here.
turns- Emily
Adrian
turns to
reaches
Lee.
over and just tries to stop the nonsense violence.
Emily turns to Lee and is like, "What the fuck? What the fuck,
But
Lee?
He didn't want to play Jenga. Like,
God damn it, Lee!
like
We talked about this."
all right, we good.
What's Lara been doing this whole time?
Not playing
Thinking?
Jenga.
Lara actually asks the question that none of you bothered to. she turns to the guy and says, "Can you describe the artifact?"
Oh yeah, the artifact.
Oh yes.
If I remember looking for it, yeah, that's fine.
Mhm,
Laura needs
mhm.
a job.
Can I do one better? Can I take a Jenga block back and then say, I'm sorry I threw this at you? Could you carve how the artifact looks out of this Jenga block and then throw the block back at him?
Let's nah.
He's
Let's just
still-
let Lara.
I mean, he's still got one arm in a cast. He can't really do any. Like, for one thing, it's his weaker hand that's still operational, and for another, he's not exactly in a cooperative mood with you specifically anymore.
Okay.
But yes, so he turns to Lara then and says, "Yeah, it's a there's this disc sort of thing with. I know it looks gold. I'm not sure it's gold, but it looks gold. And then there's he's clearly struggling for the words, but he's kind of shaping an oval. Yeah, he's making that oval shape, because yeah, there's green stone thing in there, and lots of signs around edges in golden rim.
Okay.
So a snazzy plate? Just a
Or-
snazzy plate?
When you said oval, I imagined a cat eye.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You kind of get that impression.
Hmm.
So we
Okay.
need to find this guy and get it.
Aslani. What was it, Aslani?
Incorporated.
Incorporated.
Right, I guess our next thing is to find out if they have a building nearby, the construction site, that would work as like maybe an office or as a home for the owner. Yeah, did that sound okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I'm gonna say bye to my new not friend, and I think we can maybe go
Yeah, sounds good.
and
With
tell
that-
him to run away and leave the country.
So at that point, Lara's headset starts buzzing again. She says, "Excuse me for a second, I'm going to take this." She starts talking to this Zip person again, and then a minute or two later, she comes back and says, "Right, I've just had my people look into this person. Apparently, he's quite the interesting character, and let's say he's filthy rich, and his company basically does all the major construction work in the city. That's worth a damn, anyway. And apparently there's records of him going a bit unofficial with his acquisition of stuff, so none of that shows up in the company's books, but he has a private mansion, and he's... Look, Zip just figured out that the security on his private mansion is higher than that in his company HQ. I think that might be a lead."
Your mic kind of cut out.
Yeah,
there.
Yeah,
it
just
cut
cut
out
out
there.
Which part did you not get?
Just that last part, I think.
Okay,
Yeah, just
so,
the last sentence.
So her last sentence was, my my assistant Zip just found out that the security on this guy's private mansion is tougher than that of his company's HQ, so that might be our biggest lead.
Cool.
Uh-huh.
So we're breaking into a mansion. Let's do it.
And with a look at the time, I'd suggest that that would be the perfect place to call it a day.
I'm
Yeah.
happy with that.
Nice.
Raheem says, yeah,
Nice.
we're gonna break it.
Yeah, Lara
Good.
has a lot of experience with the reverse of that, so maybe she can break
Yeah,
into nothing very
exactly.
easily.
Yeah.
Maybe she can do the opposite easily.
Lara, how did you eventually stop people breaking into your mansion? What weakness is
Yeah.
here present?
Kept hearing about it on the news.
Yeah.
Is this post Underworld?
Yeah, so like I said in session 0, we can just assume everything that's happened in a Tomb Raider game has also happened to this Lara. So basically, I'm kind of trying to do a unified timeline here. So if we assume in a unified timeline the Underworld events would be the last events, then yes, that is post-Underworld.
So doppelgangers are running around somewhere.
Possibly.
What if-
On the
what?
list.
What if that's not Lara? What if that's doppelganger Lara?
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
And she dyed her red hair brown
Yeah.
and put on some foundation.
And like maybe she's secretly also doppelganger as Lani corporate leader, and he's actually a nice man, and she's gonna get us to break into this mansion for her, so that she can blow that up as well. She
I
just
think
wants
the
to blow up
doppelganger,
mansions.
the doppelganger was
Treachery.
never speaking, was she?
Oh, she was.
Yeah, she spoke.
At least in Underworld, she was.
And now
Oh,
and
okay.
post Underworld she is free and it's never explained. I like to think that she like cut her hair up really short and got her own identity and just like is like an assassin or something.
Calls herself
I'll-
Emily or something
my-
like that.
Yeah.
Ooh, conspiracy theories are flying now.
Emily's a traitor. But yeah, so I like to think that she got her own identity.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter because it's gonna get rebooted probably
Again.
again.
Boot.
Alright. I'm going
So-
to head then if that's us, so I can go get ready and
Lovely.
head to the train
It's
station.
been a pleasure, I have to say.
Mm,
So thank you very much for that.
Fabulous.
And
Thank
I
you for
think
having
that
us
was,
again.
This was
Yeah.
fun.
I mean, I kind of alluded to that earlier, but it was brilliant roleplay as well today. So thank you very much for that. It was,
I always feel like I'm kind of bad on that part, so I hope it was okay.
I mean, yeah,
Oh, it was good, it was
definitely.
good.
It was definitely,
Fun.
yeah, fun,
It
fun.
was definitely fun.
You did it. You all did a very
did
good job today.
something.
Meeting
I really
Lara
enjoyed
was
that.
great. Me, Adrian, and Raheem having the big freak out
Mm.
over Lara. I
Oh,
think
we're
was
gonna
my
die
highlight.
down
My
here.
favorite part still was just
I'm-
can we 5 minutes not play anything? Jenga?
So, by the way, can I just double check? So,
Sure.
so this guy's mansion, is this the guy who owns Aslani Incorporated?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
The
just
Lion
wanted to
Man.
double check. It's Aslan. If he doesn't have a fancy wardrobe, I'm gonna be disappointed.
Well, you're gonna have to wait 2 weeks to find out. So, yeah, on that note, can we just confirm real quick that we are going to be playing on the 29th again?
Oh,
Yes.
So far,
Wait.
yes.
I am actually going to be away that weekend. It's me and Fergal's anniversary, so I'm going to be away for 2 nights and then back on. I'll be back on the Sunday, but it'll be obviously I'll be away
Late.
the whole Saturday.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just double check my calendar.
I don't think
Yeah.
I'll be here for the 29th either.
Mhm.
I'm meeting up with some friends.
That
some
looks
months.
like we might need to find an alternative date.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we can chat about that in more detail on the Discord. So I'm
Yeah.
just gonna throw out as an idea the 22nd and the 5th of April.
I
If
can't
that's
do the 22nd.
cool with you.
That's next Saturday, right?
Yeah, I'm happy with the 5th of April.
I can do the 5th of
Yeah,
April.
the 5th of April would work for me because I can't do the 22nd either.
Okay.
Mm.
I'm just gonna check with Amelia later tonight if the 5th of April is also cool with her, and then let's keep that
Okay.
as
Yeah, I just put that in my
on
calendar.
mind. So, to everyone watching, of course, as well, keep your calendars posted for the 5th of April. And we will see each other then with the 4th episode of this marvelous adventure.
Fabulous.
So,
Exactly.
to the 4 of you, thank you very much for playing. To everybody in chat, thank you very much for watching. And of course, once again, thank you to Nero for the resub, and to Owen for the resub.
Hey.